Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Flank. I'm joined by the human turd, the world champ himself, one of the best ARs to ever do it. Give it up for Sam LaRue, a.k.a. Octane. We got some of the best analysis in a game. Give it up for the world champ, the multi-champ. Give it up for Christopher Duarte, a.k.a. Parasite. We got the one and only, the executive producer of The Flank, Benjay Nassim. We got the multi-champion, the multi-world champion, the legend, the icon, Patrick Price, a.k.a. Eggs. And then, of course, we got a special guest in the building, Rookie of the Year superstar for the Toronto Ultra. Give it up for Scrappy.
Yeah. I'm not a rookie anymore.
You're not
I'm a fucking vet now. I'm a vet.
But you still won Rookie of the Year, right?
Yeah, no, you're right.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's an accolade you have for the rest of your life, Scrap.
Why didn't you call me a multi-champion?
Multi-champion. Sorry, I should have called you a multi. How many do you have now?
No problem. Only two.
Were they both in a wait? What both two different games or one game?
Two different games?
Two different games.
Good job. That's good. That's good, Scrap. You just got to keep it going now. You know what I mean? You just got to keep that going. Keep that gas pedal down. Why are you standing up?
Cause I'm about to just open my window quick.
Okay, no problem. Go ahead. Special guest in the building, Scrappy. Everybody make some noise. Ben, how you doing today, Ben? You doing all right?
I'm doing good. If you could fix my cam box a little bit and slide it down. But yeah, I've been doing good. Been streaming all afternoon, watching the Elite. You and I played some FIFA today. We had a good meeting about some future flank stuff that we're planning for a Major 3, Major 4, camps and beyond. So excited for all that shit. And yeah, got a bunch of news this week. I'm glad to cover it on here and then obviously cover the matches.
Yeah, I heard that we played 1v1 in FIFA. I don't remember exactly what happened. Oh, yeah, that's right. I do remember what happened. It was 6-2 in favor of myself in the last 1v1.
We drew the first game, to be fair. Hold on. We did draw the first game.
Yeah, but that's because I haven't played in a while. I had to just get the pause going a little bit. You know what I mean?
Wait, Tom came off the bench and took you out back,
You were
Ben?
playing clubs all week. What do you mean you haven't played in a while?
Nah, not as much as
Wait,
you,
Ben,
though.
you play
That's
FIFA
facts.
every day and you let
Yeah.
Tom run your pockets?
6-2,
Bro,
Sam.
Tom has played plenty of FIFA in the last 2
Sam,
years.
actually,
Don't let
Sam,
him-
you want to know what's
don't let
funny,
him fucking
Sam?
cap
Sam, you
on
want to
the
know what's
show.
funny? Let me tell you
man.
something, Sam.
Let him cap on the show,
Sam,
bro.
it was 2-2, right? It was 2-2, and he said you choked against 100 Thieves at Champs.
Yeah,
he
I
said
did say
that
that. I
shit
did say
when it
that.
was 2-2.
No, you're throwing. You get in his head, Ben. I like
The
that.
game ended
I
6-2,
did
Sam,
not-
in my
I
favor.
did not have the intended purpose, bro.
I fear you shot Tom's body and it didn't work.
Let's get through
Yeah,
everybody.
no,
Slayer, you over there, Slayer, or you're in a different location today? You doing all right, Pat?
Yeah, Tom, I'm good, man. Just doing a little bit of traveling, sightseeing, seeing the world.
You're Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah, yeah, just working a little bit, man. But I've been good. Excited for a server test tomorrow for Extra Fine, and happy to be.
Yeah,
on board with
I
you
was
guys
gonna
right
say,
now.
Pat, little server test coming out, X-Define, getting back out there a little bit. You excited for everything?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Been a little while. Decided to get back into it. So let the public see what we got.
Hell yeah. Duarte, you doing all right? How you feeling?
Nothing new to talk about here. Just life is good. But yeah, definitely excited to test out some X-Defiant. I played that pretty much throughout the open beta. So happy about that, Pat. Finally getting something out there again. But yeah, that's pretty much it. For me.
Coming in the summer, man.
Of course. Then we got the one and only Mr. Sam LaRue. Sam, you've been playing ranked with Nate Shot, fucking Seti Boy. How's the rank play going?
It's good, man. Had a nice 10-hour stream today. Did a huge giveaway for that sub stream we did the other day. So
Nice. That's
great
awesome.
day.
What'd you give away?
Tried to play X Defiant for the first time in 9 months. Can't
What'd
wait.
you give away, Sam? I didn't even know.
Did like a bunch of scuff controllers. We did a monitor, a bunch of like apparel, Hunter T stuff,
Okay.
jerseys, juvie.
That's awesome.
Like gift cards, shit like that.
That's dope. Shout out to Sam
Bunch of
LaRue.
shit.
Make sure to go check him out. Shout out to everybody. Scrap. You're muted, moron.
Yo.
Look,
Hey.
he's clowning me.
Sam, he was calling you an
Clowning
amateur.
me, and
good,
mute your
we're
mic. You do this every day. Fuck this guy.
What's good?
Scrap, how you doing, brother? How's Scrim's been going? How's the game been playing out? There's been new maps added into the rotation, obviously. So how's all that been playing out?
Pretty good. I actually probably the first time this game that I felt like the scrim rotation's actually fun. And not just like an absolute snooze fest every day getting on playing Invasion first map.
Yeah.
What's y'all's first map?
I don't even remember. But I don't know. I just getting invaded, like getting Invasion out, Skid Row out. It's just fun, bro. It's just I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
You don't know what
I've been
map you
playing
start
lately.
scrims on?
That's kind
What,
of
bro?
wild.
I just start the game. Like I just play the game. Like
How do you not like
you know,
remember
like,
what map
like you
works?
spawned in on
It's a fed
invasion first
question.
map of the
You
day.
gave him
There
a
was
fed
no
question.
go.
He started tweaking. I want to talk a little bit about some of these new guns that are coming in, because obviously we had new maps, but we also had new guns, new update. I don't know if you guys have seen a lot of these classes that some of these people have been using in rain play, but I'm seeing Ram 9,
It's me
Holger,
on people.
BP50, aka Sam LaRue. Yeah, I mean, Sam, talk to me a little bit about this meta, man. Do you like the meta in rain play? Do you think the pros should experience another meta
Fuck
change?
no.
Okay, go ahead, Sam. Take the floor.
The guns are absolutely insane. The headshot
Yeah.
multiplier on the Holger, you literally kill in 3 bullets. So that's
Yeah.
that's fun to use. I enjoy using it selfishly because it's fun, not because it's good.
Not so much the Holger, more. I was talking more, probably the BP50. Maybe I think some people were
The
talking about maybe
BP50 and the
throwing in there.
MTZ are like the weird spot because I think the BP50 is still really fucking good just because of the rate of fire and like it's pretty easy to control the recoil. I think the MTZ is like probably the one gun that you could make an argument for, and even then I think it would require like some attachment tuning. Like you can't use like X attachment kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I think the MTZ is the only argument you could really make. The Ram 9 might be the best gun ever made, and then obviously the Holger. So it's fun for me because it's like I stream ranked 8 hours a day and it's fun to like mix things up. But in terms of actual competitive viability, I think it's pretty minimal.
I mean, Duarte, you do a lot of this stuff when it comes to the classes, the analytics. I actually took my class from your Twitter. You tweeted out a few classes.
I did.
So thank you for that. What do you think? Obviously, there's some new guns, some new classes. Some of the guns feel pretty good. What do you think about the meta?
Personally, I think there's 2 broken weapons that would need significant nerfing, even in like public matches. When you look at the actual how good the guns are, the Holger and the Ram 9 both need to be nerfed. Ram 9 is basically the rival on steroids. The only thing that holds it back is its iron sights. And then the Holger, the headshot multiplier, basically the same problem that the MCW had, but obviously it kills in less bullets. So it's harder to use in the sense that it shoots slower. So if you miss bullets, it's way more punishing. But the headshot multiplier makes it fucking OP. The BP50 and the MTZ though, I actually think they have a spot in our meta. I was talking to Scrap about it. We were playing some ranked play. He was convinced that pretty much everyone would use it, like on every map. But like, I personally think with the way the map sets are set up now, the MCW is still really good on like maps on like high rise. It's good on search. It's good. It's really good at range. Like even sometimes I prefer the MCW over the Holger in those long range fights. But the BP50 I think is actually like a pretty good like flex weapon. I think it would allow people to still run ARs like on maps like Rio without being like hindered. It would, and probably the MTZ as well. But I don't think the Ram or the Rival 9 or the Holger belong in our meta in their current states at all. The HRM is another gun that got added, but no one uses it because it's just not as good. But that gun is like it's a worse version of, it's like a worse rival. So like I think the rival should probably stay if they do want to try out guns or keep them in rank just for fuck around. BP50 I think is fine, and I think the MTZ is fine, but the Ram 9 and Holger are just way too fucking broken.
Yeah, Scrap. I mean,
they tested with the BP50, right? Scrap, you guys did?
Yeah.
Like briefly, right?
Yeah, that shit was busted.
Yeah.
That shit was so busted.
They did nerf it though, so
Did
it's
they?
not as good as it. Yeah,
they did a brief pass. I think like one time they did a brief pass on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scrap.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say? Go ahead, Scrap.
Nah, that shit was like my whole team was using it, just running around, just like it shreds up close and rips like it'll rip you long range. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just the subs will definitely complain.
I was gonna say, Scrap. I feel like you and like a few other players are obviously pretty vocal about the rival and talking about the MCW, but like Duarte just said, he feels like the MCW is still being used on like some of these new maps. Have you found it hard to adjust with the MCW with some of the new maps, considering they're kind of like smaller and a little bit more fast paced? Or are you still finding yourself able to put yourself in good situations where you can kind of mow people down and like pick up those lanes?
Yeah, I would say 6-star, there's definitely a flow to it with an AR. Vista is one of those maps where like it gets hectic. Like there's definitely some spots
Vista's
on the map
hectic,
that's
yeah.
like an AR is better, but that middle of the map, like P1, just like low bridge area, like bro, with a sub is just so much better than AR when you're just like laying down and shit.
Yeah.
Hear me out. I think
especially like right up close, like in your
Yeah.
face.
if we didn't have the Renetti in the game, I think ARs would be in a really bad spot, like with the MCW, because I think the Renetti is fucking absurd up
That
close.
is the best gun in the game.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
actually is. It's the best gun
so
in the game.
fucking good. So like, if we didn't have that in the game, bro, the MCWs would be fucked. Like if we had
Yeah,
like
the
a shit
4
pistol.
bullets.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's like the only reason why it's even somewhat salvageable sometimes. Like MCWs probably don't feel as
Yeah.
bad, but I mean,
So-
honestly, just I wouldn't really mind like an MTZ being in the game because objectively the time to kill is like decent, but I don't think it's broken. Like I've used it in
You're still
ranked.
killing, it kills in 4 though. Is the
It-
problem?
Yeah,
It does no, it kills in 5.
No, it kills in 4.
What does?
MTZ.
The MTZ does it?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have to go look at the TTK, but I'm pretty sure it kills in 5. Either way,
I promise I was dying in 4 today.
I hear you.
Chris,
Probably with headshots. Probably with headshots.
I think the only thing, Chris, and you probably agree to Sam's point is like if pros are gonna want to bring it in, they're gonna want to take a look at the attachments, and then it becomes a whole.
None of these guns are coming in.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's too late.
This is
I'm more
pure
so just
content
talking
creator
about.
dope this whole
Yeah,
week.
exactly.
all it is.
But one thing I was fuck, I
Thanks,
forgot what I was
I'm
gonna
gonna
say.
lie. Respectfully, like, I'll
That's
say
your
this to the
content,
pros.
your
I'm
content.
actually gonna be on the pro side. Like everyone, I always agree. Whenever something gets GA'd, all right, there's definitely some fugazi shit that probably shouldn't have been GA'd, but it is. Okay,
Ordnance.
one. But bro, yeah, like ordnance. But most of this shit needed to go. Like it just it's for the better of the game. Like bro, people think we're just GAing shit to GA shit. Like bro, we're
Yeah.
trying to play the most competitive game. And honestly, with these past few games, like all these guns killing 4 bullets in a 150 health game, like
Yeah,
that's just not it's just not how it should be played.
Honestly,
Like,
though,
that's just the reality of it.
I do like what Sledgehammer did by like kind of forcing like people to test it because like we were like even before this patch, I was on the like I was basically on that like wave where it's like okay, let's try the Holger, let's try the Ram 9, let's see how they feel. But like after using them like in actual competitive settings, you kind of realize the flaws with them. And in a perfect world, you would need like balances around competitive, right? Like they did it with MCW and they did it with the rival, but like these other guns haven't been touched because like they don't care because they're not used in our meta at all, and they're just like broken. So I mean, unlucky, but honestly, I like the approach that Sledgehammer took, and I hope they continue to do more of this stuff because then we'll kind of have everyone else on the side of the pros. If something truly is broken, they will just agree with you. Like I'm pretty sure after this weekend, after this week, you go to Reddit, you go to Twitter, everyone's complaining about these weapons, rightfully so. But prior to that, there was probably people that were like me, for example, let's try them, see if it changes anything.
This
Yeah.
just puts GAs into perspective for people that don't like understand them prior.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
And
Hey,
I think the
go ahead,
last thing
Ben.
I was add on too. Sorry, Tom.
No, you're good, you're good.
Is that I think when we think about next year's game with Treyarch, I think continuing the same kind of process as new things come in. If the pros are kind of in between stages, let's get into rank play maps, guns, test it out, and then give a good advanced opportunity for the people that need to make the decisions to freshen things up. Go ahead, Tom.
I was gonna say, Pat, you have any thoughts on the meta right now, or do you just think fuck it, just leave it how it is? I don't even know if you've experienced the new meta at all. I don't know if you've even seen
I haven't
it.
experienced it, but I mean, like, just knowing from past, like most pros, you know, even if it's nowadays based or the past pros, like, there's a reason we GA what we do and get to a point in the beginning to like get the best meta possible to make the game not only the best to play but the funnest to play as well. And I know the community doesn't always see that because they just see, oh, gun is gone. But I kind of agree with Chris, but it's also like, I feel like this was also pointless. Like, it's fun to do, but it also gets back to the point where it was just like, why did we do it
Needs
at
to
all?
be
Creator dope.
this stuff
100%.
needs to be. It also needs to just be done sooner. Like
There's
like
no
I
point
said.
to do this.
Yeah, there's no not right now. Right now, there's no point. Like if it was if it was sooner, if it's you want what they could do. This is just like a suggestion. If they make like actual balance passes to all these guns, then do a trial with them. That'd be great because then they can get feedback there. But if they're just like, if they're not even like balancing the weapons and then just throwing them in, that would be stupid. Because like I'm sure like I think the Advanced Warfare Bow is going to come into the game, and then like I want them to just test it in rank for fun because obviously like yeah, rank should mimic like competitive, but it should still be a little bit more open ended than that. But if anything, like do it after it's nerfed. If it's OP right away, don't like bring a gun in
Every
or test
DLC
it.
gun's OP right away because they
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like
They do that on purpose.
wait for some balance passes and then get it into the sweaty players' hands, aka the rank community, and then
We
see
definitely will
what can
use it.
change from there.
I mean, honestly, we try every gun. Like, we
Yeah,
don't
it's-
try guns. We try every single gun. We're trying to find like
the best
guns.
balance.
Yeah, exactly. Like The MCW rival, I mean, like it's the only viable thing we can use now, but it's definitely not the most fair. Like, like well, there definitely needs need a better AR that like I don't know, kill. I don't know. Actually don't know what we need for the AR, but the MCW fucking ain't it.
I just
And I
tell
know
you,
I
man,
could be
it's the
biased. I
burst
could be
AR.
biased.
Yeah, I
but,
think
like,
you're a little biased.
I probably am, but like,
I mean, to be fair, it is the worst AR, like probably. in the
look
game.
at all the other ARs compared to the MCW. It's like it's night and day.
Yeah,
it
but
this
they're,
way-
they're all gone for a reason. That's
And
what's
bro, I mean, yeah, but every sub, bro. There's not one sub. Have you tried every sub, Tom, at all?
yeah. I've tried all of them. I mean, the Rams going
They're
for
all
sure.
busted.
I mean, Ram
They're all
is
busted.
definitely going.
E-
I mean,
every
There's a
sub,
reason. There's
Tom,
the reason the people are still running the rival with these guns.
yeah,
the
yeah,
rivals
that's
that
what I was gonna
busted.
say.
No,
I was gonna
I'm
say
not
the rival's
disagreeing, by
still
the way.
good.
No, I definitely agree that the Rival's a really good gun. I mean, you can't disagree that. I just think the way that some of these maps are being played, we're seeing two MCWs and two Rivals. Like that's how we're seeing them play out for most of the time.
Probably the best it's gonna be now. I mean, we're probably gonna keep this for the rest of the year.
Right, and I feel
Yeah.
like it's like as close to balance as we're gonna get. Because if you start tweaking any other stuff, we might end up with like a 4 AR. Because we were talking about what the BP50 Holger would be like. It would just be 4 Holgers, 4 BP50. It would kind of fuck
100%.
everything up. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard, man. Finding a good meta is tough. But let's move on. Unless anybody has anything else to say on meta guns maps. All right, let's move on. Next, let's talk about the Vegas roster change. Some announcements came out. Purge, he came out and he tweeted here. He said, well, first we'll go over to Vegas. This is a Vegas Legion tweet. They released Purge. He said, thank you for your time on a Legion at Purge. Wish you all the best in the future. Hashtag level up. And then shortly after that, they announced ASIM coming to the roster to replace him. Purge is now with us at FC Black, and we're obviously really excited to have him because at least for me, my thoughts with him is I felt like he was getting better as the year has been going on. So I'm just excited to have him on the squad, and he's been frying today in the elite as well. So excited to have him, and he'll continue to develop as a player and try and get himself back into the league. And ASIM finds himself back onto another roster here in the CDL. I'll kind of let you guys kick this one off and see what you guys think on the situation. I mean, I got nothing to say. Sam, you got anything to say on the situation?
I want to hear your opinion, Tom.
I mean, I thought ASIM got screwed in the Boston situation because he went back to Challengers and he played
agree.
and he played really, really well. And it was clear as day that he was just playing really good down there. And he got a lot of offers. He got like two 100% offers, 3. I think there was a third offer in there. I don't know. There's 3 offers apparently, and he took the Boston offer just for him to get dropped a month later. So I felt bad for him just because I felt like he earned his way back into the league just for things to kind of collapse at Boston. So I'm happy he got another chance at the league, but he's got to perform. I mean, friendship cheese aside, all that shit aside, what everybody says, whatever, I obviously think very highly of ASIM as a player, bro. And he's got a good team here, and I want him to go out and perform and do his thing. I'm happy for him. I'm excited to see him play. So that's what I got to say on it. But what do you think, Sam? What do you got to say for it?
I like the change. We talked about it briefly. I mean, we said that we didn't think they were going to make any changes, and the next day they did. But I like it's like a plug and play. They didn't have time to like kind of evaluate challenger talent at all. They kind of needed someone that knew how to like adjust to a system on the fly. ASIM's been on 900 teams, so he knows how to do it. I think the thing about ASIM in this situation is this is probably his best team since like y'all like being on New York. Like this is definitely his best team since being on New York. So I feel like if he doesn't do well here, like this is almost his last chance. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that like is super like I don't know how to phrase this. Like this is going to be his best opportunity he's had as a player in a very long time. And if he doesn't capitalize here, I think it's not great going forward. But I think that this change makes Vegas really, really good. I think it hurts their search a little bit because I did really like Purge and Search. Not saying ASIM is a bad search player, but I actually really enjoyed Purge and Search game. But it makes them miles better at hardpoint. I mean, Purge is literally like under inactive players statistic wise. So I think this change helps Vegas out a shit ton. I was already a big fan of their team, and it makes me even bigger going forward. So we'll see what they can do, man. I don't know if they're going to upset anyone, but in the top 4, but I think that they're definitely like that 5th spot right now for me at least.
Yeah, Scrap, what do you think about the situation? I know it's these are teams.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna really I can't really say like if they're gonna be better or worse, but like I don't mind the change. Okay, I don't mind it, but I kind of feel like with the Purge thing, like, bro, I feel like they were good with each other because I feel like they had chem with each other. Like, I just feel like they were all getting to a point where they knew what they were doing with each other. So like, I don't know. I don't mind it, but I'm not like, oh yeah, they're about to be insane.
I don't think
Like,
they're gonna
I
be
don't
like
think
top.
anyone's
I don't
making
think
it
they're gonna
deep.
be
No,
top.
I know
four.
not everyone's. No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Like I
I have more confidence.
I
in
don't
this
think
roster
they
than
go. I
anyone
don't think they
else.
get that much better. And not that I'm not saying that like ASIM's worse than Purge. It's just as like a team and like a chem thing. It's just I don't know.
I
Bro,
think
when I
I'm
the
just
the
trying
team.
to. Go ahead,
Yo,
Sam.
I was
just
just
gonna
gonna say
say
that like watching this Vegas team through Respawn at least. I don't know how it is playing against them, obviously, but like they had from the eye test one of the better like respawn systems in the league, including
I
the top
agree.
four. Like
Yeah.
their respawn systems in hardpoint and control were fucking great, which I
I mean,
think
bro, they should have went up 2-0 on us on the major.
oh, 100%. That bro, this is a good fucking team. This is a great team. I think they're really, really good. And I'm confident with these guys against anyone else in the league that isn't in the top four. But like, I don't know how much this change like moves the needle in terms of like beating the lower tier teams because I was already confident. So I like it could be a good move, but I don't think it like pushes them over the edge to beat like you guys, New York, FaZe.
I think when it comes down to it, like the problem with Purge is that like at times he's just a liability, and like when I feel like even if like Attach or Nero or one of those guys isn't playing to their best, they didn't really have another player on their team to kind of compensate for their performance. Well, I'm confident that ASIM, at least in respawn modes, can make up for any sort of other slack that is happening on the roster. And also, you kind of have to feel bad for Nero, at least in that situation, because like there are times where his sub duo is basically leaving him out to dry. He's just not shooting back. He's just like Nero is basically trying to do it himself. ASIM at the very least, he plays very selfless, and he still like can shoot the gun at times.
Purge is not a sub.
Yeah, Purge. What?
Certainly
Purge.
better was one.
Wait, Purge was a sub on the team.
He turned
Shit,
into a
I actually didn't know. I mean, I just knew
Wait.
Purge was an AR.
No, they
started
swapped
as
him.
an
They
AR.
roll swapped him.
They
He made a
roll
roll
swapped
swap and he had a
him.
0.4, brother.
Oh,
You
boy,
didn't know that?
Scrap is behind, bro.
Yo,
I
Scrap
had
really
no
just
fucking
spawns in
idea.
and shoots his gun.
Bro,
He dead ass
just
Bro,
Spawns
fam,
in,
I
bro.
spawn in and shoot my like, bro. I don't. What the fuck do I need to worry
How do you
about? I'm
feed
just spawning
yourself,
in.
brother? Holy
You know,
fuck.
listen, the key question for Vegas
I didn't know
going
that. My
forward
bad.
You're good.
for me is the one game that's kind of giving them trouble. Let's say the last 4 or 5 series they played is Search. And I'm very curious to see if this ASIM move makes them better in the game mode or worse in the game mode. That's the key question. If Vegas evens out the Search with the ASIM play, continue with what I assume is still going to be good respawn. This is the bottom 8. This team's got a real good opportunity to be consistent top 6 team on land, but if they're still struggling in S&D, what's going to happen in Major 5 or Major 2 might happen again where, they really struggle in losers bracket when they play some of those bottom 8 teams that might be better in Search. when they're
Here's
out
the thing
early.
though, is like the reason why like this helps them, in my opinion, is just because like they're just less prone to being upset like by the lower tier teams. They just have a better player. Like Grid, it just brings their floor up exactly. So like they're gonna play a shit team and they're not gonna have somebody that potentially is gonna lose them a map. They are the best lower tier hardpoint team out of the top 4. Like it's not like they are the best
statistical hardpoint team. Like
yeah, they are Vegas.
Vegas.
They're apparently the 3rd best statistical, but like out of the lower teams, they are the best hardpoint team. They have been at least with their prior roster, and that is with the worst hardpoint player in the league on their team. Yeah, you can argue like he does make them plays to win them games sometimes. Like there's no denying that, but like why are they in those positions where they have to have this guy make a play to win the game, right? Like you can argue that with ASIM on the team and him being just better at hardpoint, they're just going to be way more consistent. Obviously that we don't know if that's going to happen, but in all honesty though, ASIM kind of got blessed. He went from being on the worst team in the league, right, statistically, to being on one of the higher seeded teams. So good for him.
He went from getting fucked to blessed.
To be fair, with this 3rd best like hardpoint team for Vegas, the only reason they're
since they
3rd,
picked up Geo.
it's because OpTic's post patch. OpTic's lost so many hardpoints to FaZe. If that wasn't the case, OpTic would be top 3 and Vegas would be 4. But I agree. I think respawn has not been the problem, either control or hardpoint. It's Search. I'm curious to see if this evens out their Search performance across the board. I guess Tom went to go deal with the Gizmo. So does anybody have anything else on
What does Pat
the
think?
Vegas topic? Yeah, Pat, what do you think?
Pat was
What do I think?
on Vegas.
What do I
Yeah.
think? Thank fucking
Yeah,
God.
what do you think, Pat? I was waiting for you, Pat. I was waiting.
Yeah, look, I don't care who they picked up, okay? I'm glad ASIM got another chance, but even if they picked up anybody else, Purge had to go. Bottom line, he had to go. He was statistically the worst player in every single category He was the 60th best player in the CDL, and there's only 48 players. So,
Fuck.
yeah, he had to go. I think this team gets better no matter what. Because I don't think ASIM is as bad as Purge. Now, do I think ASIM was the best possible pickup? No, but I do think he will elevate this team to be where they need, and I think I expect them to lock in that 5th, 6th position, in my opinion.
Who would you have got, Pat? Who's somebody that you're looking for that maybe that you think would be a good fit, or somebody that you think deserves a shot? Do you think from challenges for on any team?
I don't necessarily know if I would have rolled the dice with somebody in challengers, because I don't know if there's someone in challengers that's like completely proven themselves as an SMG player. We talked about that before. There's just not many like super talented SMG players in general, and that's why most of the players are recycled in the league in that role. But maybe I could have seen, you know how we were talking about with Vegas, they kind of have to live and die by like the pace that they play at with Nero.
It's a
I
reset
maybe
angle.
yeah, maybe not would have been mad with a Vivid try, but I don't think they could have gone wrong with ASIM. I think it's just two different types of players, and I think ASIM will probably still deliver in more of the probably Purge role they were looking for, but able to get some kills. So
Yeah.
I think it's a good pickup, like I said, either way. And I think they get better from this.
Yeah.
If-
What you gonna
Is
say,
there anything
Ben?
else you want to add? Because I want to transition.
Well, I was
to
gonna
something
say
outside of-
I want to talk about Jimbo because a lot of people are talking about it in the chat and they want us to give our thoughts on it. I mean, there's
Okay.
no way, shape, or form that guy can play again.
Well,
Spencer
Spence
tweeted that he can.
Spence literally, first off, when Spence found out early in the morning, he tweeted a pretty funny like video of Liam Neeson from Taken. I have a special set of skills. Then Spinner clarified later on in the day that he is not eligible to play. So the Jimbo thing's really much a non-story. Like his status has not changed. I know he tried to sneak in, but per CDL, he is not eligible to play any kind of amateur competition due to his ban last season.
Yeah, I just thought it was weird. How did all that start yesterday, Chris? I saw you were kind of Chris. You said some stupid shit on Twitter yesterday.
It was a joke.
Oh, that was sarcasm.
Yeah, no
Are you
shit, it was
sure?
sarcasm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
I even
couldn't
tweeted underneath
tell.
that. I'm like, guys, this was a joke.
They were in the
People thought I
ZooMafia
was
Twitter. They were
serious.
in the ZooMafia Twitter community flaming you and shit. They were cooking. They were flavored it. They said Parasite with his dumb take.
Dude, you would think that people know me by now that I'm just literally trolling like all the time. But yeah, so basically what happened was
Chris?
so Archives and what of his like I think Tay, like they're like challenger players or whatever, like I think they were trying to play in a cup for fun, just because like I know Archives because I've talked to him. He basically said that he is he's not even playing this game seriously anymore. Like he's just been playing ranked for fun and stuff. And they were probably just trying to play in a cup or whatever. I don't know how they went about going to get Jimbo, but I know Archives and Jimbo have been close in the past. So yeah, Jimbo was trying to make his return
Close in the
into,
past. They've been close for like 10
yeah,
years.
yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying I don't
Bro,
know the
I've literally
relationship
been
now.
that
is
was
what
they
I'm
were at my
saying.
first locals. I mean, bro, that
Yeah,
kid's definitely
exactly.
online. That like once you're a gamer, you're always like, bro, if you once you
Yeah.
go to a certain part in gaming, you'll always just join the TS eventually, like just talking to people.
I
Yeah.
just think what's weird about it, and it's just one for Faceit and CDL, is like how are the Faceit admins unaware of specific players who are ineligible to play challengers competition? Like it seemed like in this situation, Faceit admins had like kind of cleared Jimbo, instead of banning and like saying no outright, and then it got kicked back up to CDL, who I assume were like, what the fuck? Like,
Okay,
this
well
guy's
here's
like-
the thing
guessing they
though.
just don't
Here's the
know.
thing though. Yeah,
So
exactly. Like
that's a miscommunication
if
between
they-
CDL and Faceit. There
if
should be
there-
a list.
if there's like a ban list, if there's a ban list,
Yeah.
right?
There's
It
no
pro-
way.
if there's a ban list, it probably didn't get transferred over. Like when the transition from game battles / whatever the hell went over to
That'd be one of the
Faceit.
basic. If I was moving my competitive system over, that'd be one of the
yeah,
first 10 things
100%.
I'm getting
Also, like we can't say that Faceit approved them because like all it is, it's just like game battles to the point where you sign up for a cup, and it's not even like an elite. It's not like some official like invite only thing. Like anyone can sign up for a cup. Like you just have to make a Faceit account, blah blah blah, and go sign up. So it's not like they were like, oh, Jimbo's on the team. Yeah, this is good. Like they just did like they probably just he slipped under the radar. People noticed that he signed up right when making the brackets and stuff like that, or potentially making like a mock bracket. They were like, what the fuck? This isn't right. And then
They
it
knew
obviously
something
went
was
from
up.
there.
So I found a tweet. It was from the rotation at 12:21 East Coast time yesterday morning or this morning or whatever. It was apparently they include that team won't be playing, but they have been given approval to play by Faceit. So it's one of those like things with the rotation that I sometimes a little like iffy about. It's like There's no screenshot attached of what the admin said, but in the text of their tweet, it sounded like FaZe was like FaZe hadn't said, okay, you're 100% cleared, but you've been given approval to play, which is weird. It's a weird position, all of this. But obviously, Activision people woke up West Coast time in the morning and they were like, hell no. And they let FaZe know the
Yeah,
situation.
I mean, rightfully so. Yeah, don't think Jibbo's gonna be playing. And some people were saying they're bringing him on the show, but I don't think that's necessary.
No, that's a waste of our time.
Yeah, agreed.
I'd like to talk to him.
I would love to talk to him and figure out what the hell happened. I want to
What
actually
do
hear
you
from his
mean?
mouth, bro.
What's there to say?
I want to see if he
what
denies
do you
it.
say?
I want to know if he
Who,
denies it again.
there's who like
He did deny it before. Do you not remember
He
his
denied
tweet?
it.
okay,
Yeah,
if he
he
denied
denied
it,
it.
then he would keep denying it and keep trying to
man.
play.
Fuck
Yeah, knowing Jimbo, I really don't. I don't think we're gonna get him to crack in that conversation.
Honestly, that would be amazing. I would love to hear his take.
Kind of one-sided. Can I transition us to another
Yeah,
SMG related
so I
topic?
wanted to move over to the CDL leak. So unless is that where you were
can I do-
transitioning?
No,
Yeah, go ahead.
I got one more SMG related topic.
Yeah.
I put the link in the DM. We should talk about the Karma clip that was posted the other day. So I think we talked a little bit of this on Sunday. You know, after the OpTic FaZe series, there was some criticism on our show about Pred, and Damon was grinding, you know, other games this week, and he was kind of asked about the Pred thing. Tom, you want to play the clip that I linked to in the DM?
Yeah, sure. Here's a clip coming from Coach Damon Barlow, aka Karma Stream. Let's tune in.
Like, I don't know. The biggest thing playing versus them is we can't play like pussies. I don't think we played like pussies, but like, just like them recognizing,
Why
like,
doesn't it tell you
the
that?
biggest
It should be
thing,
a
like,
requirement,
I hate
no?
to say is like,
That
dude,
means
HG
you jump up
sometimes
and
just
ignore it,
don't
yeah.
fucking move.
That's what
Like
I
that
feel
lay down shit and like
Motherfucker.
holding ninja angles, that's like a problem. That's the only thing.
All right, and that's gonna do it for the clip here from Damon Barlow.
So-
Karma, that's the coach coming in from OpTic, Texas. Go ahead, Benjay. Kick things
There's a
off.
longer clip, and I couldn't find the link, so if someone has it,
That's
you
Damon
know, let us
Barlow
know.
off the papaya playing old
But
school
Damon
RuneScape.
basically like expanded a little bit more on this, and I think there's some frustration within the coaching staff, and I assume their camp that, you know, they execute their tactics well against a lot of the other teams in the league, but whenever they play FaZe, they're not being able to execute that. Like, I want to start with you, Chris. Like, what are your thoughts on what Damon said? Do you think he went over the line? You think he should have talked about his team? Think it was maybe a good motivational tool? Like, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I can't speak for their team culture and whether they give a fuck or not. Obviously, he has his problems, but at the same time, like, yeah, I mean, I do agree with him. There's just a different like pace that the team on FaZe play, and even like Toronto, New York, all of them kind of play at. OpTic is very unique. It's kind of weird. It's like, at least for their SMG players, they have like two really specific play styles. Whereas like every other like SMG on the top teams, like I feel like is more just like generic and like it's if you were to watch like the players on like FaZe and like New York and even Toronto, like the submachine gun players at least, their POVs wouldn't really look much different from each other in my opinion. But like Shotzzy's and Preds are like so fucking similar, like not similar, but like easy to like point out.
And I'm sure
Well, not
anything,
to a degree.
And
I think Shotzzy's and Preds are the most unique.
and
I
I'm
think they're
sure
the
I'm
most
sure not,
drastically different, but Toby and Dill.
Well,
could not be
okay,
further away
well
from each other.
that's what I'm saying though. Like theirs
True.
are very, very different, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, they're
So,
like on
like-
opposite ends of the spectrum, but it's like they're
Exactly,
Toby
and
Dill. Like even Chris and Tyler, like they're drastically different as well. That's the whole point of the dynamic. You don't want
yeah,
two
but
sub-players
there's,
playing the same
but
way.
what you get? I'm not saying.
I know
that
what you're.
they're
I
meant to
get
be
what
the
you're saying.
same.
being
I'm
double
saying that they're just very stylized, and I feel like to a degree, whenever you're matching up against a team like FaZe that has that relentless aggression, like there needs to be some sort of cohesion, and at times there just isn't between them. I think Shotzi's kind of starting to elevate his gameplay. He's getting a firmer grasp of how to play the game, and he's just he's really good at like taking his timings and he's like figuring it out,
Yeah.
right? But there's just times where Pred hasn't. And I
Well-
feel like he needs to kind of get back to that like bullish play style, I'll call it, where he's just kind of like running at people a lot more, because he used to do that a lot in Vanguard when he came up, and he was really good at it. But like these last, I think he's got like MW2 syndrome, where he's just kind of like proning and playing like ratty to almost a detrimental degree at times. At times it does work, but there's just a time and place for it. I think he needs to find a balance.
Well, I think one thing with the Damon clip, because some people are like, he probably should have kept that in house and this and that. I mean, I don't think it's anything that's going to be like a shock to AG. I'm sure if there's anything going on, they're talking to him about it. And I think some people are just completely blowing it out of proportion too. Like, I don't think all of OpTic's losses just fall on AG. I think it's ridiculous. You just throw it all
Yeah,
on
of
one player.
course.
I think based on just the clip and Damon obviously just playing RuneScape, just talking, like I think people are taking it the wrong way. Like I think blaming AG for the team's, and I won't even say failures, but saying just their losses is insane. I think that's crazy. Now,
I agree, Tom. I mean, we're not in their scrims, but I mean, I've known Damon for a long time, and
your
Damon's
coach
a
wants to
very
keep
fun-
it real with you, Ben. Like, isn't that the whole
Damon,
point? Like,
but
keep it
that's
real
how
with your
Damon
players.
is, bro. That's how everybody knows that's Damon, bro. Damon keeps it real. Damon's not this super political animal. He's not going to be super two-faced. He's not going to snake people. Like he's going to tell you how it is. And that's why he's a good add to this team because he kind of grounds him in reality. You
Yeah, and I don't
disagree?
think AG's the
I'll
type
say
of guy
one
to take
thing.
it like
I'll
to
say
heart. Like, I don't, you know.
I'll say one thing about Damon. I feel like, all right, if you look at Damon as a coach, like if I was looking at Damon as a coach, I would just think him as like a player. And if you're a player, you just are straight up. Like you just tell people how it is, like in game.
100%.
And like he's not like a coach that's gonna be like, hey, dude, like I know, like maybe dude. He's gonna be like, no, like just. So that's how I would take it. Was just like he's just fucking.
The thing is about Damon as a
He's just
coach
fucking
too.
talking.
Thing is
Get
about
the team
Damon
as
as
good
a
as
coach
possible.
too, and what's like
Like
unique
he's a
about
player,
him.
bro. I look at him as a player, not a coach.
sorry.
Like if that's like easier to put it.
I wanted to say the thing about Damon as like a coach, and even when he was as a player, he thinks of Call of Duty in a very unique way. He was very unorthodox in his play style, and he was kind of hard to read in terms of like the way he played. So when he's watching like, for example, Pred play or any of his players play, and he sees like it's just very easy to point out like when they can make more dynamic moves on the map, and there are times where Pred is very stagnant, and that's just I mean that's just his play style. At the end of the day, it's not on him whether they win or lose, but like Damon he's a smart guy, bro. Like even though Damon is fucking faded half the time he talks, like when it comes to Call of Duty, he has a very good grasp of like facing and understanding and positioning. So
That's what I said,
he
Chris.
points
I
it
was
out,
like,
bro.
he's a multi-world champion, multi-champion. And not only that, he's a gamer. He just plays so many different games. Like Damon knows what he's talking about when it comes to this stuff. Like he's been in this industry for a long time. So it's like if there's one coach that you want to have that you trust his take, it's Damon. And that can be something as little as just adjusting like tendencies or a play style that like AG might have or something, right? Like it's not that AG can adapt. It's just little things that maybe they're not even realizing or whatever. That's why Damon's there. That's why he's there to be a coach.
One thing I want to be clear about AG, and I'm trying to give him a little bit of a break in this. Think about the players that are on Toronto, FaZe, OpTic, in New York. AG and Dante are like the two least experienced players out of the entire group. Think about how many years, how many championships everybody else has. Think about the OpTic situation. This is AG's second pro team he has ever been on, right? Before that, he was playing in APAC for a bit, and then took the switch over. I think AG, people forget that AG is super young. There are a lot of life
Taco has
experiences
one
and
more of
team dynamic
experience
stuff.
than AG does. Scrap has less.
I mean, I hear you. I
What
hear you
is-
on that.
what is this
No,
take?
I hear you on that. But I think to be fair though, I think Scrap went straight into a championship team, and you adapted well, and I tip you for that. But I think for AG, like
AG
there
won in his
obviously
first
always got
year.
Yeah, on the Seattle team with not this level of expectation though. Yeah, you would agree that the Seattle team and the external pressure is completely different from being an OpTic.
Yo, Ben, I want to
What?
congratulate you really quick
On
for
what?
continuing your streak. You're at now 327 episodes in a row. You are the yapper of the night.
I have talked to
Nah,
least
Doug
about
took
that title
Nah,
the
I
other
think-
night.
That's actually completely wrong.
Nah, that's cat.
Doug-
Duarte's been
Doug
yapper today.
snagged that motherfucker the other
Yeah.
night.
But he's
Hey,
been
if-
spitting. But he's been spitting though. So
we-
let
we-
him
we-
let
we-
it
Call me
go.
the yapper tonight means
We've been talking about topics that I kind of like
Yeah,
specialize in,
this
whether
is
it's
your
like
thing.
meta
You
or
were- you
people
were
that I'm
yapping
close
in a
to.
good way.
Like, this is what it is, man.
But no, man, I completely disagree.
But Sam, go ahead, Sam. Why do you disagree?
I don't even know what
I mean,
I
I
don't even
think
know what he said. I
Hold
think
on,
he's
Scrap.
Are you just
Hold on,
attributing
Scrap.
like his inexperience to the expectations of being on OpTic? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying for AG, this is like I think a big development year for him because I just think he's going from a completely different environment in Seattle to this one, and I think there are a lot of things that he's got to learn about being a teammate. And I think I still see OpTic fans already speculating about them dropping AG in the offseason, some bullshit like
That's
that.
what they always
Like
do.
it's so far in advance. Like this kid is young, he's trying to figure it out. Like they have played FaZe, who is right now the number one team, pretty close. They played New York and Toronto well this year. Like OpTic is in a good spot to be in the mix for these remaining events. I just don't know why so many fucking like OpTic fans in the scene are so defeatist about it. That was kind of
Because you just said it out loud, brother.
I know. I'm
They're-
saying out loud because I've been seeing bullshit
Because they're
about it in
OpTic
my
fans.
chat
They're doomers,
and all
bro.
over the fucking internet. It makes me annoyed.
All like,
That's
bro,
why.
there's regular OpTic fans, and then there's like fucking insane doomer, like the people that were wanting AG last year and now saying to drop him are not like realistic fans. They're just fucking morons on the internet looking for karma on Reddit. Like that's literally all it is, bro. Anyone with a brain that they can think about Call of Duty in a non-elementary level understands what the fuck's going on. Like this team is fucking fine, bro. AG just needs to get out of the rut. He's playing like shit.
Sam, give them some credit, man. They've gone through some serious trauma in the past.
What are you about to say?
No,
man?
here we go.
What are you
I'm
guys
just saying they've been heartbroken many times.
There
You know,
you go.
like if they're gonna be doomers, it makes sense.
Insert
I got
Slayer
you.
meme somewhere. Insert Slayer meme.
I'll take part of blame on that one.
Anybody else have anything to say in the situation? Go ahead, Ben. You got anything else to say?
I'm taking AG overs this weekend. They've got some interesting matches, and I think he'll respond well to some.
Yeah.
I just want to say something just
Use
to give you
code
guys
ZooMaa,
perspective. 'Cause
prizepicks.com. Go ahead, Chris.
a lot of people didn't agree with us with the whole Shotzzy thing when we were talking about his play style and how he needed to develop in this game. He needed to find his spacing. Well, look at Shotzzy now. Like clearly, if you can tell from watching, he's done a good job of making use of his play style and making it better and fit the game better. Pred needs to do the same thing. At times, it's just not
Would you
like
argue that
ideal.
that is the expensive AG?
Yeah,
Because
that's
at the
all.
beginning of this year, I think AG was like by far and away their best player. Other than
Yeah.
Ken. Ken was really there as well. But like I think as we've seen Shotzzy get better, we've seen AG get worse. So do you think that like Ant should continue down the way that he's been playing because he's been playing Unreal Call of Duty and like AG just needs to figure out his like niche on
He's-
the team? Or
Yeah.
how what do you think?
Ant's got to
Yeah,
definitely
I-
keep doing what he's doing, bro. That
Oh,
guy's
I understand
different.
that, but like if it's at the expense of AG and AG's like trying to gap fill and like do the shit that Ant's not doing right now because he's just like in flow 24/7, like it might be making the game a lot harder on him. And maybe
I
that's an
think
adjustment
AG
period that he hasn't had
it's,
to realize.
it's definitely going to be an adjustment period. I do think AG is capable of adjusting that. I wouldn't
course.
try and tweak anything
Yeah.
else. I would try and just kind of revolve. I would revolve everything around Ant. Me personally, he's the most impactful player on the map. And Scrap, I actually saw a clip from your guys' video. You and Jamie were talking outside. I guess you guys were in the middle of an OpTic series. You guys were outside talking in the middle of a series. You had
was
mentioned
after.
that. Huh? Oh, that was after the series. That's right.
Yeah.
You guys were mentioning that you felt like Shotzzy was like he's the guy making plays. Like you felt like he was the guy on the map. He was the only one that you guys felt like was making plays. I mean, was that just heat of the moment talk, or did you really feel that? Did you feel like Shotzzy really is like the impact of the team, and then it's kind of like built around that?
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna lie. I will say, like, I feel like OpTic is like, all right. The ARs will always shoot. Like, they're shooters, right? If the subs are playing how they play, I feel like the ARs are gonna fry. Like you're just gonna get set up in better positions, and like you're just gonna fry. And I feel like how Ant plays is just just like the little plays, like dolphin diving. Like a lot of people don't dolphin dive. Sometimes it looks brain dead, right? But sometimes, like, bro, dolphin diving, you stay alive behind like around a corner. You stay behind like something it's just like the super little things that people don't see. And I think that like AG kind of thrives off people like that. That like if someone someone else is shooting at Ant, just dolphin diving, AG's good at like 2-3 in the side, sort of shit like that. But like I don't know, I just think I don't know, bro. Ant is, I'm not gonna lie, it makes all their plays. Like without Ant, like if you could track Ant, it's pretty easy to track everyone else.
Right. Now, Slay, being somebody who has obviously critiqued Ant in the past and in the way he's played the game, hence the superstar, all-star, wherever you want to put him. I know a lot of us have had Shotzzy in the superstar rating, and I know you've had Toronto rated very highly in terms of like champs. You have him winning champs, and Scrap just said all of that. Well, does that change your opinion at all, or do you agree with Scrap? Do you disagree with
Zooma's
Scrap?
pause game is crazy.
I mean, what do you think, Slay? What do you think?
No, that is crazy, Tom.
I think, Tom, what it changes my opinion on is
That is crazy,
Scrappy.
bro.
I don't like this humble act. That humble act.
How's that humble? How is that humble? All right, what do you want me to say? Like, what do you want me to say? The fucking ass,
It kind of reminds me, Tom, last year when Toronto won and Scrappy was talking crazy, and then when he won in the final interview, he turned into like
you just asked me how their team is.
But Shotzi's playing better, but again, he's still not. When you look at how he plays online versus LAN, there's a big fall off, and there's a big fall off between him versus everyone else and him versus FaZe. So for me, I mean, I think obviously Shotzzy has improved since the beginning of the year. He's still not a superstar for me, but I mean, things are obviously looking much better for OpTic than they were in the beginning of the year.
I don't know, bro. Scrap, I'm definitely on page with you. Like, I feel like
Bro, you just asked me how their team plays, and I'm explaining.
I know you did a great job.
How is that humble? How is that like
That's-
humble
that's-
shit?
that's
Like
just
what?
trying to be.
Oh,
That's
you're
just
talking
trying to
about
be
Pat.
heel, bro.
Oh, you're talking about Pat.
No,
Yeah.
Pat, you're
We're
actually
getting
brain
one
dead
dead by
sometimes.
Pat.
You did a great job
Pat,
explaining.
I agree with you most of the times, Pat, but sometimes
I think AG just needs to figure out like how to take advantage of like their team system right now because it's clearly changed. I think the ARs have adapted well to like Shotzzy's level of play, and I think Pred just needs to like speed it up a little bit and like find his timings a lot better. Like if you want to really simplify it, that's probably the best it's gonna get because AG's constantly like the one like flanking, being the thorn in the side, while like Shotzzy's essentially just distracting like the whole team. So he just needs to kind of find that sort of balance, and he'll get better.
Agreed.
A couple of Toronto events ago, we saw AG on that main stage making plays. Maybe this year will be the same, and maybe they'll be lifting a trophy. I mean,
Ben's
major
dick
break.
riding.
I'm making a nice fucking segue, but you're ruining it. Whatever, fuck you.
All right,
Scott.
my
I'm
bad. I'm
young.
trolling.
Wait,
Dan.
I
I'm
do wanna
trolling
say,
you, bro.
Tom-
I'm just trolling you.
Tom, I do want to say I stand by the opinion I had, I think, last episode or 2 episodes ago. I do not think this OpTic team is going to beat FaZe all year long, no matter what. I think
Yeah, but
every time
only
they
played
match
two more-
up,
Is it 2 more
FaZe will
times? Pat?
always beat them.
Is that what you said? They only played 2 more times? Like not
No,
including
they
events?
play one more time in a qualifier,
One more. Okay.
and then they'll play. I
No,
mean, I
they
imagine they'll
They-
play
they
at
don't play
events.
again.
Yeah.
They don't
but-
play at all, and this is their last qualifier match against OpTic. They don't have
Mhm.
another one.
Oh,
Nah,
so they don't play at all.
Yeah.
2
No.
more
Oh
stages.
yeah, so I'm even more confident in my prediction then.
So you're keeping that prediction, Pat? You're not changing it up?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think the battle against the top 4 teams is always good matchups regardless, but I just don't think OpTic has what it takes to beat that FaZe squad. And that's why I got Toronto beating champs, because I do, where yes, OpTic can beat Toronto can beat FaZe, and that's who I have in the grand finals of 2024 champs, Toronto and FaZe, and I got Toronto taking it.
I have FaZe personally at my number 1, but I definitely feel like COD is COD. So I feel like the teams at the top 4, Pat, like on a given weekend, like can turn up, no? And they feel like theoretically, obviously, some teams have higher chances than others, but you don't think it's a championship caliber team? Like you don't think they could, even for one weekend or something, you don't think they'll be able to do it?
OpTic?
Yeah, because you were
I
talking about
absolutely
OpTic. I mean, I personally
Yeah.
have FaZe as my number 1 as well. You have Toronto.
Yeah. I mean,
but
I think OpTic can win a championship, Tom. I just don't think they can do it through FaZe. They would have to
They'll
avoid
have to play
FaZe in the
Toronto New
bracket.
York in final.
I mean, I could
Did you
see
say,
New York in
Sam?
a final. Yeah.
I think the problem with the FaZe and OpTic thing right now is like I think the first series, if the teams are closer, I think the first series is really going to be indicative of how this would go. I just think we all agree that we would trust FaZe more in a Game 5 search because of their ability to claw back rounds where they don't have an advantage, and we've seen OpTic throw those time and time again against FaZe. You guys kind of feel the same way? That's really the edge if it went the distance.
Yeah, OpTic has to clean up. Like I think they had 8 first bloods in the high rise S&D that they played this last weekend, and they ended up losing that map. So I mean, they have the potential. For me, they obviously have to play good, but they also have to just like get map. They have to get their map set right. Like I think they're trying to do that. They played like 6-star or something this weekend, and they looked pretty good on it. So I mean, I think the new maps are going to do them a favor, but we'll see how it goes. I think they can easily win a championship.
I think we should move on.
Yeah,
Tom,
let's
talk
move
about
on.
some
Do want to give a
business
quick
stuff.
shout out real quick to FC Black. They won both their matches today. They challenged Elite. So shout out to Dylan Rex. Shout out to Exceed. Shout out to Brack and Purge. Phenomenal job from the boys over in Challenges Elite. So shout out to all those guys. They just finished their match. So it's an absolute pleasure. I want to move on. There's obviously been some leaks this week that's gotten a lot of people talking. It definitely got us talking, especially behind the scenes. Ben, I know we were talking about it because just so much is happening. There was so much being
Not
released.
leaks. Why'd you say they were leaks?
Oh yeah, not
They were
leaks.
announcements.
Yeah, not announcements.
literally
Yeah, announcements.
Posted, they
Yeah,
literally
not
posted a blog
leaks.
post like on their website.
Yeah, not
Hey, you
leaks.
want me to go through it?
Announcements. Well, I
Want me to
have
go
them.
through it?
Ben's
Yeah, you
giddy.
can-
He wants to talk about it so
Ben,
bad.
Ben
He's
does want to
giddy.
talk. Ben,
Listen,
we'll let you
listen till
take the
hear
floor
it.
for this one. I had a tweet here from Jacob Hale that pretty much summed it up. But Ben, I want you to take the floor. The website was a flashbang, bro. I was like, it's bad, bro.
Yeah, this is
You
a
can
pretty
kind
good
of sum
summary
it
of
up
what
for
it is.
everybody. Go ahead, Benjay. Take the floor and tell us
So-
kind of what's going
so-
on.
This is like the lawsuit episode when Ben was on a generational
Yeah,
run.
now
I
get
was
up.
on
This is where we post a
Generational
picture of Benjay.
Let him
and
cook.
All right,
Go ahead,
so
Ben.
it was about time. From my understanding, the charter for the Call of Duty League was kind of coming up, and the team participation agreements as well were coming up. So there was a period here of renegotiation, and basically is where teams in the league kind of landed on changes going forward. And I actually think if you kind of look at these changes, I think it really sets up potentially for a next season where we see a lot more open participation. I think a lot more kind of older style events than what we're getting now. So in the key thing at the top, it said outstanding entry fees will be eliminated. There's actually an add-on to that, and Jake actually replied to his tweet. Not only are outstanding entry fees eliminated, they actually paid back any fees that were collected as the teams are trying to pay back their, 25 million in franchise fees. So, for example, there's an overactive release where they kind of explain the exact number they're getting paid back to Activision. So, as far as the 25 million thing, like that's dead, and everybody's gotten that money back. So, no more.
Which is a
entry fees.
W. Which is a W.
That being said, there's no, my follow-up question is like, okay, if teams were to sell spots, there would be expansion. Is there an expansion fee? Unclear from the release and what we've heard back. Do you want me to keep going, or do we want to talk?
Well, I think to talk on that, we should do each point at a time. I think on that point, we all agree it's a W, right? Everybody on the panel. I mean, all the organizations got their money back on their entry fees. I mean, that's a W all around.
Yeah. I think the only thing that the only question I have from this is that if we remain within the CDL and the franchise model and whatever, since it's no longer a buy-in for organizations to expand, what is I guess would now be an application process? And I think the only other model that I've thought about is Riot, which is basically like convince us you should be a part of the league. So usually when teams apply for VCT and LCS and whatever, they have to come up with like a content plan, marketing for the league, like how they're going to approach their spot. So I'm curious if, again, instead of just a flat, give me your money and you can be in our league, if it's kind of like that process or like where they kind of take things.
I think it's always been like that. I mean, that's the crux of like some of the points in the lawsuit that Hector had against Activision, that it was a closed process, that there were people on a list of investors that they wanted in, and they weren't going to take any and all money that was just showing up at the door to get a spot. I think my question is have those requirements been relaxed? Are they kind of more open to other investment groups and other investment opportunities? And again, my key question is like, if we were to expand, say from 12 to 16, is there an expansion fee, not an entry fee, but literally an expansion fee for any entities coming in that would be split either amongst Activision or Activision and all the teams?
Listen, as much as we can say this is a W, and obviously it's good in the current state of things, the big thing is still, then why the fuck do we just waste the last 5 years doing what we did to get to this point? And it's the same thing with the Overwatch thing. We've talked about it in many episodes. The CDL was so pointless, and this just doubles down on that fact that it was just a massive waste of time. And it just now is the only thing that basically this solves is it's not a waste of money for the teams that got in. That's really the only difference. So as much as we can say it's a W, it still doubles down on the fact that the CDL was a huge mistake.
At
That's my point of view.
least it's a
Any
positive
person
change.
disagrees with you on that, Pat, but go ahead, Chris.
I was gonna say at least it's a positive change. I think this opens up more opportunities. I hope that we get no like canceled majors again, like we just had recently.
Yeah.
So I hope that continues, and
I mean, I
hope
don't, Chris, not
there's
to interrupt you, but
potential-
I don't
Go
think
ahead.
that's true. Like, regardless of the buy-in fee, the problem with the events is they're outrageously expensive to put on, and they're not profitable.
Yeah.
So even
No,
if
yeah,
people aren't
true.
playing buy-in
But I-
fees, they would still be signing up to lose money.
Yeah,
That's
but
the
I think
problem with
the-
but I
but
think the
there's a big
CDL
but.
is
There's a big but.
the CDL is essentially like helping pay for those costs. Like with this, they're increasing
third
the.
wall.
We'll get to the
yeah.
subsidies. The subsidies have
that
always
assumes
existed.
the rev share goes up substantially, which I know they increased it and changed it. I don't necessarily believe it's going to have a massive impact.
No, we're not talking. We'll get to it in a second. There is. We'll get to the event subsidy thing in a second. But I think to Chris's point, Pat, I think more of the issue is that, at least from my perspective, is that there's been a real failure amongst the leagues and the team on this RFP bidding process to run events. Teams that have bidded for events didn't have their venue locked in, didn't have the funding locked into those events. And we've seen this now a couple of times in CDL that we get 3 or 4 or 5 months out from the event, and the team's not in a position to run them. We have some great franchises like OpTic in Boston and Toronto that have always kind of delivered on that front. We've seen now with New York and now Carolina that like they have put everybody in a very awkward position by not being able to follow through on their promises. So I hope in tandem with these changes, that bidding process is a little bit better, and the league definitely scrutinize, teams that are coming in and bidding to run an event to make sure they're actually able to follow through on that.
We still have the big issue is that we're in online qualifiers still, which is a snooze. And I don't think that's changing with any of this either. So we still have massive issues regardless of how big of a W this looks like on the outside.
I think format changes and anything like that going forward will probably be discussed after this year is over. I don't think it's going to happen now. I think they're one step at a timing everything, which, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, it'd be nice if we can get changes quicker that, are friendlier for the viewers, people like us, and even the players. But I mean, it's a long discussion, I'm sure.
I'll say this on a couple of points. There are a lot of people working on ideas for what next season will be like. That's the way it's been done every year, and it's a process in which ideas and options are formulated. They're brought back to the ownership groups and the league, and they kind of give their feedback. They go a couple of rounds and then they lock it in. I think we're kind of in the beginning of that process. So I'm curious to see if we don't get any online league matches, if we go to more of a tournament format, if we go back to our majors being more like what we saw pre-CDL. I think a lot of options.
LAN league matches.
A lot of options are definitely on the table. I think the key thing as well is, with ESL, kind of face it, Esports Engine probably getting a lot more involved. Like, are we seeing more of these majors at DreamHacks, for example? Like, there are a lot of unanswered questions I don't think we're going to get the answers to until later in the fall. But I do think, we just talked about entry fees. I think that's a great barrier. I think to your point about the revenue, obviously there are a couple more points in here on that. That there is an increased split now for in-game merchandise for the team bundles as well as a champs bundle.
I have a question for you. I have a question for everybody, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think it's kind of important because it's on your topic? Do you think that Hex and Seth knew about this change in agreement prior, basically when they filed their lawsuit? Because when you really think about it, the entity or person who got fucked the absolute most was Hector, because he essentially now sold OpTic Gaming for nothing, right? Like if he wanted to get this brand back in the league, but he gave up so much ownership to do so, and now the team that was basically backing them that much doesn't even have to pay anything. I feel like he got completely screwed over, which I'm assuming is part of the reason that lawsuit occurred. I imagine he had to know beforehand.
I think hold on. To be fair, you're acting as if, like, I do think Hector
he got fucked
isn't
over
going
in a
to
way,
see any of the franchise money coming back. Correct. But let's not act like Hector hasn't made probably personal money on the sale of OpTic multiple times over the last 7 to 10 years. I agree with you. It doesn't seem like, based on the lawsuit, that he has a lot of equity in his company, but he's definitely made money over the sale of the brand. No,
I'm sure he did.
Well,
yeah, of course he did, but that's not. But that's not the point of what I'm making. Like,
level and context to this.
No, but what I'm saying is he got back into the CDL, and he had to give up a majority stake of ownership to get back in, and the assumption was that Envy would be backing that payment to get in.
Right.
Yeah, he got screwed.
I mean, that's just unfortunate though. Like, it's not like he could have predicted that any of this would happen.
Obviously, I'm saying I think that's what led to him filing this lawsuit, because if you really think about it, why else would he have? Like, I feel like this was like the thing that broke the camel's back.
I see what you're saying. I think you're right. But
I hear what you're saying. We're talking about probably on the Envy side, anywhere from like 2 to maybe 4 or 5 mil. We're talking about, which I think the assumption on Activision, I don't know this for certain, but I would assume the assumption is by giving this money back, they're going to invest it within capital or salaries around the team to kind of put back into their business, to sort of juice up the run rate of their organization. It's not going to be like just pocketed by the owners or executives to increase their pay, right? Because I want
you would hope.
But here's what I think is, I do think that in parallel, these conversations amongst ownership in the league have probably been going on for 8 to 10 months prior to this. I definitely think Seth and Hector knew about where these conversations were going, and as part of that process, definitely tried to get something extra out of Activision, based on their grievances, which I think are very valid. We've talked about the lawsuit In the past, it's now in sort of an arbitration state that we don't really know much about. So I think to answer your question, yes, I think they did know about it. And I think that is an important piece in the timeline in the terms of the lawsuit that we now know.
All right. Well, is there anything else on the Call of Duty stuff, Ben? Because I mean, all this stuff
Yeah,
is definitely
there's a
W's. I
bunch.
mean, definitely this got us into the topic of expansion, which we kind of talked about. I mean, we would all love expansion, right? I mean, we would all love that. I mean,
Yeah,
I feel like
I think it would. I think the key thing is
I don't
there's
give a fuck.
There's a
Can
lot
I
of stuff.
play?
you don't care,
Can I
Scrap?
real quick before you go, Ben? Can I play
Like,
devil's advocate?
what would that do? Like,
Sure.
actually,
Yeah, I agree with Scrap. I
we're
actually
gonna
am not
get
looking
4
forward to
more worse
expansion.
teams. Like, bro, it's
See,
fucking
That's
So-
not the
ridiculous,
that's
bro.
not the way we should look at it. Like,
No,
not everyone's
but
gonna
no,
be a top
it
team.
actually should be because of the
No.
state of the league. Like expansion really is not a net positive. It is for the players, but for the community, it's not because the problem that we have with the league that plagues it even today, half the matches suck, and it's not to say that like that's anybody's fault, but the fact that every single top player is on a top 4 team is a huge problem. The only benefit I can see from expansion is if a real big player comes in through expansion and maybe more than one who is willing to say we
Throw around
will
some
pay
cash.
whatever for like getting a top superstar player off the top 4 teams. And the problem, the real problem is I just don't see why any of the top 4 teams would even leave at this point. Even if the salary is more, it would have to be lucrative because they have such a chokehold on the top 4 prize money for the entire year, which is the biggest issue.
You're thinking
Even-
that. I think
Oh,
you're-
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, bro, I think he's right. Like, bro, it's good for players. 100%, it's good for players. But
But it's horrible for the league
I
because we're
mean,
just
like,
gonna
I
get
feel
more
like I
talent.
agree, but I feel like bro, I agree. I feel like, bro, you need,
It's actually crazy. It's
bro,
actually
how,
stuff
like, bro,
because
you
you're
just
thinking
need.
so short. Because
No,
I
I'm
think-
saying, bro, you would need big orgs to, bro. He's right. Pay some fucking
bro,
cash.
I'm gonna be straight. You guys are missing the you're looking at the trees, not the forest here. Like this is
Oh,
not.
Bro,
about-
yes, Ben. We don't care about what's going to
Okay,
happen
you're gonna let
in
me-
6
you're gonna
years.
let
I
me
care
talk.
about next
Let him
year
talk,
and then
let him
next year
You know
after
what?
that.
You know what? Enjoy. Like if you're gonna cut me off, I'm just
Ben,
gonna
shut
leave,
up.
bro.
Stop.
Like-
Ben, go
like,
ahead.
I'm
The
just
floor
gonna
is
leave,
yours.
That's a baby, bro.
Ben, don't cry baby cheese him
No,
though.
you're a fucking baby. You never let anybody talk.
Let
in these
go ahead.
Bro,
arguments.
Ben, you interrupt more people on this show than all of us
Yeah,
combined,
and you
bro. So
never
go
say
ahead.
anything
Say
positive
your little
ever,
point
bro. You
that's
just
about
cry.
the
You're
forest
the
and
one
the
that always
trees.
cry baby cheese on the show.
Go ahead, Ben.
Bro,
Go
I
ahead.
have never cried baby cheese on this show
Bro,
once in my life, bro.
you guys are completely and utterly
Say your
like, missing
point.
Go ahead, Ben.
Okay, you're gonna let
Go
me
ahead.
talk? You're gonna keep cutting me off. All right, thank you. Jesus Christ. Look, you guys are kind of missing the point. I don't think that there's some
Ben, you need to lower your tone. Like,
Scrap, shut
chill out.
up. Scrap, you're a
Bro,
special
bro,
guest.
no. I'm just saying.
I agree with Scrap.
I'm just saying. I hear it in his voice. I hear
I'm
it in his
literally
voice.
going,
He's like high stress.
I'm literally going to leave.
Deep breath.
Bro,
boys.
I hear you
Deep
high
breath,
stress.
relax.
That's what I'm
Not
saying. I
leave.
hear you
I
high
will-
stress. That's all. That's all. I'm
Guys,
really just saying
Let
relax,
him
high stress.
talk,
relax, let
Scrappy.
him talk,
Let him
relax.
talk. Everybody shut the fuck up and let Ben talk.
And I'm like,
Ben, go ahead.
running
Please
out of
talk. Please talk, Ben, and just
no,
shut
so
up.
like, so listen, like, I just think you guys have such a short-term view on this shit, and I think there are a lot of people involved that want to see Call of Duty esports in a long-term form. And the problem is that 12 teams does not make for a very good quality competitive product. It makes it very hard to do 12-team brackets. 4 more teams, and you look into a 16-team format, especially if you want to do like a 20-team group stage into a smaller bracket, is going to work way better. And I think you guys are so concerned about people building fucking championship contenders and not, if people want to come and invest, they know they got to be patient. They're building a team. If there are 4 organizations, let them fucking come in and let us have a 16-team league. It'll be way better for the product.
Also, there's a lot of talent outside the league. It'll probably allow some of these teams to build better rosters, right, without having to condense all these players onto these like smaller, onto these lesser teams.
Chris.
And on top of that, I mean, I don't know.
This is
I
my
don't know.
problem. I feel like
even
we
then,
say this,
even-
but we can't even talk about what players should get picked
I
up.
finished though, but also on top of that, like it'll create more parity among the bottom and the middle end of the packs. Like right now, it's kind of like the top 4, and yeah, there's some other teams that can contend there, but who's to say that like adding more teams wouldn't create some more entertaining matches down the lower end. A lot of the people that even watch COD, and I think we're to blame to some of this degree, is like, oh, if it's not a top 4 team, this is dog shit COD. Like, from a competitive perspective and the understanding of the game, yeah, it's kind of stupid whenever you watch some of the bottom teams play and they're just making mistake after mistake. But when you're actually
every
just
sport works too. It's like you don't
Not
care about the
necessarily.
Pistons playing the Wizards. Like you don't.
I
no
mean,
one
there
tunes in.
are people that do. There are
Yeah,
people that do.
who only have a choice to be
don't
fans
care.
of those teams because they live in Detroit.
Bro. You don't care. But
Either
there are
way,
people that do care.
Ben, have
You don't
you ever watched a Pistons versus Wizards
Bro,
game one
the
time
point
this
is
year?
though, some teams are
I
fans.
know
some,
because I am not a fan
Oh.
of either team, but there are people that are fans of those teams.
there are teams
Yeah,
that are
and they hate their
fans-
lives being fans of their team.
There are
It's so
teams.
fucking now,
Let
but
me
they're
finish,
Just
let me
like
finish.
you were a Knicks fan, you hated your life for years.
Yeah,
like
and I
it's
still
just,
watch
it is
shitty
what.
Knicks games because I want to
There
watch the
are-
Knicks, bro.
Chris,
There
hold
are
on,
other
Chris.
teams,
Go
and
ahead.
there are
Why do
other
y'all-
players
hold on,
out
hold on.
there.
Yo,
that
hold on,
have
Chris.
fan
Give me
bases.
1 second. Give me 1 second.
Go ahead.
Y'all have to stop talking over each other, man. Y'all are crazy. Let each other
Yeah,
talk.
I'm getting cut off like crazy.
I love to not be cut off. But I
Yeah, but
constantly cut
like
off
you
like
know,
that
go
on the
ahead,
show.
Chris.
Well, then
Chris
you cut off more
Parasite.
than
Listen,
anyone
Pat.
else.
Pat, I'm gonna have to start
that's
throwing.
not fair.
The floor is to Chris Parasite right now. Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead. The
I
floor is
just want to
yours.
say there are teams, there are fans of like other players that are not in yet or right now, and that might be in the future. And like, regardless if like you care or not, there are people that are going to be invested in those matches. And yeah, some of these teams might not take home championships like for a long time. But at the end of the day, bro, there's still little W's out there to make, right? Like when your team like wins a match or when they fucking qualify for the fucking champs, like you never know. Either way, like there are fans of players and there will be potentially fans of new teams if they come in, even if they don't necessarily are a top 4 team. Like for example, like just because like let's say Billy is a fan of Toronto doesn't mean he doesn't support another team like that's down there. Like maybe he has realistic expectations that he knows they're not going to win, but he still wants to watch their matches and see how they do because he likes some players on the team. Like what's stopping that from happening? Why is that bad? That's not bad.
I mean, you're
at
just
all.
talking about the minority though. Like that's that. Yeah, there are people out like that are
That's
like
not-
that, but that is
the
yeah,
thing.
it's the minority, bro.
Nah,
Look at the
yeah, but
people. Look at the amount of
I
people
wouldn't
who
say that.
tune into challengers. Obviously, you do, so your bias is there. But the amount of people who tune into challengers is so small. And all we're
It's-
gonna get is a 4 challenger team in the league. That and
Nah.
and
The U
Scrappy,
Challengers
you're
had
gonna have
90
to-
viewers
you're gonna have
today.
to scrim- You're gonna have 4 more teams that you have to scrim who are awful, and that you're gonna hate your life. Like the problem is that all the talent is on the top 4, and until they break up, we don't have a solution. Like, yes, expansion gets better for format and for players, but for fans, the product gets worse
Well,
because
either
we
way-
just watch worse games and worse quality gameplay.
Bro,
Either
you're
way,
such a
the only
you're
way-
actually a pessimist. It's
Bro,
it's
Man,
actually
you've never
crazy.
competed in anything,
Bro,
bro.
it's crazy. It's crazy you cannot see the bigger picture here, bro.
No.
But we've sat here and complained about why COD is not a tier 1 esport. The biggest reason, two biggest reasons for you to play in because it's not fucking international. We need to find more ways and more opportunities to develop Call of Duty in regions that are not North America or Europe. And league expansion
But that has nothing to do with it because the problem is we've had that
everything
before.
to do with it. It has everything.
It hasn't been. Ben, you weren't around in Black Ops 2. There were teams from Asia and all over that qualified for champs,
I'm aware.
and they came there and they got 10 points
Yeah.
up. Like
Yes, and
the problem is, and it's even true in Europe. Ben, you're cutting me off, by the way. It's even true in Europe where they can't come to the U.S. and play against the U.S. That is what held Europe back for so long, was that they couldn't play against U.S. teams. Once the European players moved to the States or North America and started playing against NA players regularly, that is where the talent in Europe exploded. Like that is when they got so much better.
I was going to say though,
You're literally proving that- you're
the only
literally
good
proving
people
my
are
point.
here.
the only way
How is that proving your point?
the only way that these teams do break up is if there are people coming in that have the money and the support to essentially try to pick these players apart. So regardless, expansion is a win. And on top of that, creating more opportunities for players, people in the scene, to get jobs and stuff like that. That's always going to be a positive thing, like regardless of what way you spin
100%.
it.
That's the way I'm looking at it, Chris. It's just like,
Exactly.
Can I ask
So
a question?
yeah, of course.
go ahead.
Hey, attach.
Hey, Dylan.
Sam, how do you
Dylan attached.
feel? How do you
Welcome.
feel about this this topic that we have right now?
Bro, don't. Dude,
What do
don't get
you-
me started?
Wait, I just want to know Sam's input because he hasn't talked in like 30 minutes.
He
Sam,
can't
do
do
you-
it
I
at
don't know.
all.
I got
Sam,
a
do
front
you
row
wanna
seat to the absolute fucking.
Sam, do you want expansion or not?
I knew this was gonna be a shit show tonight.
It's
bro.
never
I
a
knew
bad thing, dude.
I knew this episode was gonna be a shit show because like people are just We're just not open-minded on this fucking show. Like they had bad experiences in the beginning of the CDL, and all they can think about
Don't
is
say
that. and we're
people,
not-
bro.
I got
It's
I got
literally
paid
just
400
Pat.
grand. I gotta have a bad experience. That experience was
Oh,
great.
because you want to come in here and talk about
That
like
experience was awesome. What do you
we all
mean?
agree on, and it's like, bro, I just think we should support endeavors by stakeholders to try and create more opportunities, both opportunities for people in North America and Europe. But I also think we all agree that we want this esport to grow. We got to make it a more international esport.
All right, well, let's.
And I
Yo,
think, look,
Dylan, did you ask Octane or Ben?
He's
this
gone.
question? I
He's
can't
gone.
remember.
By the way. Dylan's gone.
Oh, okay.
But let's
Oh, yeah, Sam.
move on from the conversation. Ben, is there anything else from the CDL announcements that you want to talk about?
There's a couple of things.
Let's-
One
let's
is
Get through it for sure. What are the couple
can you bring
things?
the graphic back up because I want to
Yeah,
point them out. to
no
people real
problem.
quick. So there's some 400 IQ shit in there.
Yep, I'm
so
here.
one thing is about the champs pack, which I found very interesting. That teams will get increased revenue from the champs bundle. To me, this seems like almost an end around their issues getting crowdfunding going. I don't know if maybe it's something they want to start off down the line. Maybe this is a beginning of that process, but something to watch because I feel like they didn't really address it too much in the post, but it feels like to me that this is an attempt by the teams to kind of get some version of that. I think the other key thing is the 2-year kind of revenue thing at the end, guaranteed 2 years of revenue. So to me, I think that's an incentive. Now that the franchise fees have been removed, to disincentivize these owners from just exiting now that they've gotten their cash, protected some of their downside. They want to stick them around by offering them sort of guaranteed revenue.
Okay.
And on the event subsidy point, which is the last piece, it's existed in certain ways before, in kind of different forms every single year. So we need to get more specifics on what that is. Is that a 7-figure number? Is that what or is that a 6-figure number? Like we don't really know what the subsidy is because 100,000 goes a long way. $1 million goes a long, long way to running an event. So we'll see kind of how all these levers are utilized. And I've reached out to a couple of owners. I haven't gotten any bites back, but we're trying to get one on to really talk about.
Yeah,
their
if we can get
perspective
Paul
on the
Hamilton
agreement.
on, that'll be fire. We definitely got to get
we're
Paul on.
trying. I want to get one of the owners on so that we can ask questions to get their perspective on kind of how this
But
came together. And
hold on, Sam, you have walked away from the chair, so I didn't get a chance to get you back in here. Now, please, nobody interrupt Sam here. Sam, would you like expansion in the CDL? Would you like to see something like that? I mean, I know Pat has had his arguments. I know Ben has had his arguments. There's obviously positives and negatives. There's so many different ways to look at it, and it's a very opinionated thing. So what do you think about it, Sam? How do you feel about it?
I just don't think it can be a bad thing. I think it's always just going to be a net positive. Even for I think both Pat and Ben are right. I think for like a player and viewer perspective, like it will suck because there's going to be a lot more of those like Carolina versus fucking, I don't know, Miami matches. But at the same time, giving more players more opportunities to like join the league and become, to Pat's point, like when Europe came to North America and started getting better practice, like if you're going to give yourself more opportunities in the league to become a better player, we're going to have people rise in talent. And the mid pack's going to be more interesting just because we watch these teams play and it's like 50-50 games. While yes, they can be boring, they are some of the most entertaining that we have. We just watched LAT beat the shit out of Vegas, which nobody expected, which I thought was super entertaining, even if I am an LAT fan. Like a lot more of those matches are going to be possible. It's obviously great for players. I think it's great for Call of Duty in general, just more eyes on the esport. And on the off chance, to Pat's point, of bigger organizations coming in, granted, like the upside of them doing that, like Cloud9 joining and just throwing cash, like the odds are low. But if there were to be teams to join and break up the fucking old guard in the top 4, then I think it obviously could be great. I mean, if Scrap gets offered $3 million over 3 years, he's not saying no to that.
Do you agree, Sam, that the top 4 needs to get broken up for it to be successful?
Yeah.
To put this in perspective, though,
I also think that, hold on really quick, Chris. I also think that with expansion, I think that there would be, I know we talk about like that 5th, 6th spot a lot. I think that there would be like kind of how it was last year, not to fucking be that guy, but before I retired, like there's a lot of opportunities for like really good fucking teams to be formed. I wouldn't say that they would be better. I mean, it's obviously pure speculation, but I don't think that they would be better than the top 4 right now, but you can make some very, very good teams with good amounts of money to like fill that spot to potential play spoiler there with expansion.
That could have happened this year, though, no? But the people who put teams together are off the fucking Campania.
Yeah,
I'm saying I just don't think that expansion can be a net negative.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think it can be.
I agree, and I think our barrier of what we define as success if a team comes in we're weighing it based on championships. And I would argue, yes, championships are great, but we want to see teams come in, bring maybe an audience that we don't have come in, engage well in the local market, maybe run events. Like there are so many other like things and boxes they can check off and do well, other than just making a super hyper competitive team. I don't think
And
that's,
also
like, the only
and
barrier.
also just to put this in perspective, like and when it comes to like looking at the lower teams, the mid pack and stuff like that, there are players on these teams that are clearly really good, and like who knows what their future entails. Like for example, let's just give you Gwyn, right? Gwyn won Challenger Champs in Modern Warfare 2, but like throughout that entire year, it's not like he was by far and away the best player. There was times where he wasn't placing as well and he was not as good, right? Like there are people down there that were contending, if not better than him at one points in challengers. Like those people are probably still playing now. They haven't got opportunities. Give those guys a chance to play in the league if it expands, blah, blah, blah. You never know where those guys might end up, right? It's going to be a net positive no matter how you spin it. Like for a lot of people.
Let me grab the floor real quick. We got a special guest in the building, Shotzzy from OpTic, Texas. Ant, what's going on, Ant? You there?
What is up with it, Tom?
What's good,
You guys talking
bruh?
about expansion?
Good.
We
Yeah,
were
what's up,
talking
Ant?
expansion. What are your thoughts on expansion, Ant? You want it?
I would only want it because of the sole purpose that we literally scrim the same teams over and over. That's my main reason. Obviously, for like the league itself,
Nah, that's
I don't know if
facts.
it's the best decision, but I mean, I feel like it is.
Yeah, scrimming the
Like,
same
I
teams
asked,
every
like, a
day is
really
probably
random
make
one-off
that you lose a
question.
full. You're bored, bro. Go ahead, Sam.
Now that Ant's actually here, and did you see the JP clip the other day about him talking about you guys as like how you guys practice, like what the reps look like?
No,
Basically, he
actually
said
didn't.
that like all of the reps not against Toronto, FaZe, and New York are like not worthless, but basically like going through the motions. Is that like kinda how it goes?
Did he really say that?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, for our, I mean, I will say for our specific team, yes. Like for whatever reason, I mean.
Oh, he
I feel
didn't
like-
say New York. He didn't say New York. That's right. Dill's right. He actually didn't say New York. He only said FaZe and Toronto.
Well, New York is an anomaly, dude, because like when we play them, bro, like I mean, that's just how they play, and I don't know, bro. They I don't know. Though I feel like with them, they try to play the game way too correct, which like obviously people are like, what the fuck? What do you mean by that? But like, bro, they like play off splits and like cuts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
like
whereas
they overstructure it. I've been
Where
on
it's, like,
teams like
min-maxing
that where
everything.
it's like we try and
Which, like-
minimize every little fucking thing.
Yeah,
and
but then when it
you
works,
can't let
you're
a player
unbeatable.
individually get into it, like his flow. Like you can't let it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which I tip because I understand that they're like in the VOD fucking, they're doing their
Yeah,
VOD
it's a
shit.
different
and you
play
can tell they
style.
understand like the spots, but like, I don't know, it gets to a point where they're legit just like getting kills and not even doing anything with their kills. So that's how like I envision that team, just because we played against them like a decent amount, and that's just how they play. But I mean, now
I
they're
was
still
just
good
curious.
practice. They're still like, I'm not saying like they're bad practice. They're just like different. But
Is the 5
Sorry,
through
this is
12
random.
bad practice?
That makes sense.
Huh?
Is 5 through 12 bad practice?
Every once in a while, I mean, there will be times where like it's just fucking boring, respectfully. But like there are times where like
Fuck out of here once in a while.
Well, how would
What do
you
you-
feel?
what do
if
you-
that
Yeah,
was
Scrap,
like
you can
every
answer
other
these
goddamn
questions.
day.
You can answer these too, Scrap. You can answer these questions too.
Yeah, you think the reps
Some
are
of
dog
these teams
shit?
are just dog shit. Yeah, what? Some of these reps, I'm just like, it's just like I'm just getting. I'd rather
wait,
just
so-
like, play ranked.
So how would you feel if that was like you played another 25% of the league?
Bro, I
with
agree
those-
with that, bro. It's just playing other teams would be cool, but other than that, like, bro, who
like for
gives,
example,
like,
we had
I
FaZe in
personally,
Toronto.
you know, as a guest, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter to me. Like, it truly doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
So like,
Well, actually, I have a good question for both of you, and this is like a pure hypothetical. If either of you were offered, and Shotzzy, maybe your situation is a little bit different, but like if you were offered an insane contract from one of these new hypothetical expansion teams, would you consider it? Like if you were, let's say you were offered double guaranteed pay, but you knew your teammates probably weren't going to be as good as your current team.
Me, nah, of course not.
I see the
I mean,
number.
my situation is different, obviously, but like,
You got,
You
Scrap
said,
can
let me
say
see. You said,
something
let me
else.
see the number.
you got. Let me see the number on that one real
All
quick.
right,
Hold up.
if it was just double your salary, whatever your salary is right now times 2, but you know your team is much
No.
worse. Okay.
Because I assume what is more important for you, Scrap,
Times
is
two
the
is not
winning and the
enough.
team culture, and the money wouldn't really bring any of that.
And the
right?
prize money makes up
Yeah, like-
double salary difference. That's the problem.
Exactly.
you gotta
But
think,
like,
though, like,
like, you're
if-
like,
if-
bro, if you come up to me, you say, "Yeah, I'm giving you $2 million," bro. You're like, "What? I'm fucking gone,
Yeah,
bro.
I mean,
what?"
that's the thing.
Yeah,
There's
3
always a
mil over 3.
number.
Like, but like
Yeah,
that's
but
just
no-
not real.
no one's
That's just
doing
not
that.
real.
No, it was
Exactly.
almost real at
So,
one
like, so,
time.
like,
Remember
honestly,
Cloud
no.
9? Remember
So, like,
remember
honestly,
Cloud
Yeah,
no.
rich
9?
guy. Rich guy.
Yeah, remember the rich guy?
Wait, Pat. At the same time though, like I don't
no.
think in like in a realistic world, I don't think anyone would come in that's willing to throw that kind of money and just like only be a one player. Like they would try to like build a team in a way that like wouldn't just be like scrapping a school for.
Well,
instance.
actually,
Yeah, no,
honestly,
for sure.
I
But the
feel like
problem is the
Okay.
salary, like the budget would just be so insane that no one would do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and the
Actually-
problem too with esports is like, and this is not Call of Duty. This is a widespread thing right now. Is I feel like there's a massive reduction in like budget in general because of how badly VCs got burned in esports, and like the backing isn't what it was before. Like
Yeah,
that
the bubble
that
pop.
explosion we had 2018, 2019, 2021, like it's not there anymore. And like regardless of where salaries go from here, I don't think we're ever going to get an organization or anyone coming in that's just like, oh, I'm going to come in with a bag and get
Yeah.
exactly who I want. And the
There's
problem
only-
is the top four needs to get broken up for this to look like what we want this league to look like.
So I will say there's only one esport that, because I think you're right, but the one esport that hasn't been affected by that is CS:GO, because there's enough revenue sources that exist in the CS:GO world. You're still seeing 500K, 600K buyouts, especially amongst a tier 1 European organization. Still, in
I feel
that.
like Riot Esports are pretty
Yeah.
good with that too. No.
Yeah, but Riot just had a whole situation where they
Well, no,
contracted
they had like
LPS.
yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm saying
and
just
they
like
had
the
whole-
ecosystem of cash within VCT
Kinda, but
and
they had the
LCS and
whole
all that kind of stuff.
issue. They had the whole issue with the tier 2 in LCS. Like the Riot leagues have been
Yeah, their
going through a
challengers team
definite
is real-
squeeze on the money end, and like some of that,
Their
like with the
academy.
TSM situation, they lost a huge 9-figure sponsorship to FTX.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, I agree with you, Pat. I just think again when it comes to the expansion thing, I think I have a much longer term view on it. I'm not thinking about 2 or 3 years. I'm thinking these orgs are thinking 5 or 10 years. Additionally, it's like, well, where can we come in, fit in, bring a certain market that's not being activated right now, and get those fans engaged and start building our fan
we
base.
can
in this
move on
league.
from that.
Or
from
bring
that
our
comment
fans
on.
over from another esport that we're based out of.
Yeah, let's move on. I think we should start taking some questions. I think we got through all the topics we want to get through today. And thank you for hopping on, Scrap. Obviously, thank you for hopping on. We're gonna take. Are you guys cool with taking questions, Scrapping it? I don't know if you guys want to take questions.
hell yeah.
As long as you guys are cool for this, we're just
Yeah,
gonna pull
fuck it.
random people in. I see Magic in there. Magic has been waiting to ask a question. What's that avatar though? Is that Luigi? What a bump! What is that?
Tom, I fear that's Luigi with a little bit of a cold.
Yeah,
situation.
this
Tom when he's
motherfucker-
sick.
Oh my God, this is Magic. This is my. I think he's my guy.
Yeah, so we know
hello.
Magic, right? Magic, what's going on, Magic?
Okay, I'll be honest. I had to put this avatar because that was the only way you guys were gonna see me.
Nah,
So-
I saw you
Ah,
right away. Look
shit.
at that fucking nose. Looks familiar.
I can pick that nose out of a crowd.
What's up,
So,
Magic?
I
Thank you for
actually-
joining us.
Actually, yeah. My question is more about like the gameplay stuff. First of all, I've been watching you guys for a while, so I really appreciate a lot of the content you guys are doing. You guys are actually really got me back into the comp scene, so
I thank you,
appreciate
man.
everything you guys do.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Yeah. So, my question was about Control. So I know we talked a lot about how like we really don't like watching Control. Like, I know you guys talked about it as a community as well. But the problem comes is that like, what's that third game mode? Because some teams are more HP related, some teams are more S&D teams. But why can't like the veto process decide like that third game mode in the sense of like the better HP team that wins the toss decides, oh, we're playing HP, and then the other team goes like the map and stuff like that. Like, why can't the veto process determine that? Because I feel like that's where like even when you go into like tournaments, it becomes really interesting. Then when you go into like the finals, it's like the team that's like better in S&D that's in the finals will be like, no, we're not going to play. We're going to play more HPs, for instance.
Mm-hmm. So that you can choose more game modes depending on the veto process. So like the veto process to be able to choose how many game modes there are, like how many hard points there are, how many controls there are. Is that pretty much where you're going with it?
Yeah. So like instead of so you can be like if you win the toss, that third game mode, you can be like
3
we're
S&Ds.
picking- well, if you're better at S&D, you win the toss. You'd be like, oh, we're picking S&D. But if you're better in HP, you win the toss. You're like, we're gonna play HP.
So
We
basically,
need a third game mode.
So basically,
You're right, Greg.
he's saying that one team would pick the mode, but the other
Mhm.
team would pick the map for that mode.
That seems like an insane advantage.
I mean,
But it-
personally,
but
I
it
just
might-
feel like we need a third game mode.
Yeah, I think
not
that
control.
would be an interesting solution if we were left in a
Even
world
control, I don't
without
really
a third game mode, and we'd
it's
have to
control.
figure out what
I
the map
honestly
three is,
never,
but
I
agree
honestly
with-
never believed that we need a third game mode. Like, I get that there's some teams that are better at search or hardpoint, but like, who gives a fuck? People need to get better at whatever the hell the majority of the game mode is.
That's
I
not
think
the point, Chris.
objectively,
You know that. Come on,
I mean, I just think objectively we should be
Chris,
playing.
there's
We should
no
be
way you're
playing.
agreeing with this shit.
Chris.
No. I'm
regardless
not
of who's
agreeing what
needs to
he's
get better or
saying. I'm
worse,
saying
you can't have a series where one team who could be
no.
dominant at HP
I'm
just
not
gets to
saying
win a
that.
series
I'm
off
not
that.
saying that. I'm saying that in general we should just have a set format, whether it's more hard points or more searches, and just chalk a third mode. Simply because like the third mode often, besides uplink, has just been terrible to watch. Like unless we have uplink, I don't know if there's ever going to be a third mode. I mean that's fine,
bro. I promise you, if we just had a map set that like they just gave us from round one, it forces everyone to be good at every single map rather than doing this veto shit.
Yeah,
the-
just a
the problem-
pre-made map
I
set
don't
in.
know.
That's what I like too. I like because it forces everybody. You have to practice every map and be good at everything.
Yeah, but
I
Tom,
know
that
that's-
only works in theory though. The problem is that creates so much RNG. Yeah, like I could literally
I think
spawn
it'll
in
retreat
round
hardpoint
one
in
and
every
get
series they
every
play.
one of my best maps, like every single one of them, and it could
I
be
think I
your
retreat hardpoint
three
every
worst.
grand final.
Like tournaments outcomes would literally be partly determined based on RNG of map sets, and we had that in the past, and it was
Bro,
horrible.
we debated this in the middle of fucking jetpacks because we had this, and everybody.
Bro, I
fucking
think I
hated
retreat
it.
hardpoint in every
Yeah.
grand
But
final
couldn't
they
you
play.
also
Yo,
argue, Pat, that that's what makes a
AW
good
is
team a
horrible,
good
bro.
team is a team that can win no matter what map sets put in front of them? Like, can't you?
Yeah, it would get rid of
Yeah,
auto
but,
vetoes.
but Tom, wouldn't you be pissed if you pull up the grand finals, the most important series, and the other team got their 5 best fucking maps in the series, and you couldn't do anything?
They have
about it?
5 best maps. They got 5 better maps than Australia. They deserve the championship.
You made it to a grand final, Jesus
Congratulations,
Christ.
they're better than all 5 maps. They deserve it, bro. Give it to
Yeah,
them.
but it's
Generational, bro.
RNG though. It's like you just can't. You can't have consistent tournament outcomes if that's
Nah,
the
I get
case.
what you're saying.
You don't think we should have
I
3
do get
game
what you're
modes?
saying, Pat. I do get what you're saying.
We should definitely have
get
3
it.
game modes because then we're running this hard. The thing that we talked about, I think when Sam first joined the show about this hardpoint S&D thing. To Magic's point, if we were stuck in that world, I really like Magic's idea on how we solved the 3 hardpoints, 3 S&Ds. But we really need a good third.
Hear me
swing
out.
mode.
How would you even
Hear me out. I
I-
argue we need 5 game modes.
Okay, I got a question.
And
Do we think
vetoes are
control,
based.
yo,
and
control
vetoes
is
include game modes.
control is that bad or are the maps bad?
No, control is not that bad, bro.
It's the
Control's
maps.
not
Man,
It's
bad,
the
I think,
maps.
maps.
bro,
It's the
watching
maps, bro.
Invasion,
It's just the
watching
maps.
OpTic play FaZe on Invasion is fucking good, and I'll fight it till the end, bro. Like, watching
They put the
good
map correctly.
quality fucking Call of Duty is like, we're thinking about Miami versus Carolina. We're not thinking about FaZe versus OpTic. Like, I get it. I understand these maps are fucking terrible, and I'll fight it till the death, and I'll be the only person. I don't care. Control is fine. The third game mode is fine. Watching high-level Call of Duty is the best thing that we can do in these third game modes. We think it's like when people talk about CTF, bro, and they think about the one flak tower that went to a double overtime instead of the 4-1-0 Arden's Forests.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though.
I did.
But that's
Watching
the
Sam
thing,
waste
though.
What are
away
we
about
talking
control.
about right now?
Watching Sam, one second,
Yeah,
Chris.
this is insane.
Watching Sam waste away this year, complaining about people rocking back bridge has been really funny. And I agree with your point, Sam. Like that is a great point about CTF. Is like people love talking about like London Knocks and that, but we won't talk about how soon as Arden's Force is. I think these game modes conceptually are good ideas, but they're so map driven and unfortunately the development process. I don't think they're thinking about control points like on the top of their priority list. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Chris.
Oh, whoa,
say
Ben.
I
Slow your
get-
roll.
So map
Slow your
giving.
roll, Ben. Because
In COD, I'm
we
not
are.
talking about extra fire.
We are,
bro.
I was
buddy.
going to
Believe
say,
the game when
Can't
you
wait
see
to play it
bro.
tomorrow,
Go
Pat.
ahead.
We are, buddy.
okay, listen. Maps and all that stuff aside, like I think the reason I'm looking at it this way is because like objectively, you need to have good control, right? For it to be like very entertaining, you need like the best teams in the world going at it, having a close game. When like hardpoint and S&D, for the most part, most of the time are just like consistently like good game modes to watch, regardless of who's playing, right? You're kind of looking at it from the same perspective that Pat looks at like expansion, right? It's like, oh, we want to see the top 4 teams play good Call of Duty against each other, but we don't want to see the shit teams going against each other. So like you're looking at control from the perspective of like something that happens 1% of the time, right? Where these
I'd rather watch
teams
shitty control than shitty CTF.
No,
Wait,
see,
wait,
no.
hold
I'm
on.
not saying. I'm not
Mode.
saying having CTF.
100% agree.
My
Chris, so your
point. My
point-
point is we should just have the best game modes, the funnest game modes, be the map in the map pool, not just like I get why we have a third game mode, but if it was up to me, right, and we never had this whole like argument of like, oh, these teams are better at hardpoint, these teams are better at search, just have the best game modes. Like, there's no real reason for a third other than to break up the fact that like teams are kind of more even in it. Like, you see what I'm saying?
To
Like,
both your guys' point, though, I don't even think it's a game mode thing. I think whenever a team plays a cheesy way, it makes it boring regardless. Like we talked about this in Ghost. Blitz was actually a hella fun mode when both teams were playing aggressive. When one team started playing defense, it was a snooze to watch. And that's true in CTF. It's true in Control. Like, it's not always on the game mode. It's also about how teams play. And so
yeah,
No, that's true.
I just don't think we can always look at it that way.
But yeah, oh no, 100%. But that's the thing is though, it's very
Blitz was
like
godlike.
with control and CTF, like both of those game modes have that issue where like in order for it to be entertaining, not only does it need to be a very competitive game against both teams, but you need both teams to kind of play a certain way to make it entertaining. While Hardpoint and Search and Destroy are essentially just like that, are going to be like that naturally. Like always, all the time, just because of how the game mode plays, usually how the maps are designed, etc. With Control, like I said, you just need Control and CTF. You need both. You need a lot of things to go right to create entertaining games. And that's my only reason, like from a viewer perspective, not from a competitive player's perspective, because I see both. Why, like personally, unless we had like Uplink or something that was just as good, consistently just as good to watch, we don't actually need one, like from a viewer perspective.
Wait,
That's just my
Uplink,
point.
I feel like there's a lot of like we don't remember, bro. Uplink could also get insanely boring. Like, yes, we remember the highlight reels, but if someone went up 2-0 and started playing keep away, it was a snooze.
Throwing the ball
and
out of
that
bounds and
happened.
shit.
Yeah, that happened a
Respectfully,
lot.
Those teams were
We had-
fucking ass.
Yeah, but we had
Yeah,
the
yeah,
same
yeah.
problem. Like, teams did that, and it made the
know.
mode boring to watch.
I mean, the only game mode that is just completely unavoidable is Hardpoint, just because of the nature of the game mode and like
of
how
course.
you have to play. Search and Destroy can even be like that. You can make that argument for just like how people play Search. You can make that argument for pretty much every other game mode. But like, I think with at least Control and CTF, those two in specific, it's just going to be hard to have good games. It just has been for a long time. It always
I
was.
don't know, bro. We've had
What-
some
what-
absolutely banger controls this year, man.
100%.
And, like,
Like,
depends.
when you have them, they're fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But
I feel
whenever
like they're not even that few and far
majority
between,
of the
though.
time,
No? Am I like misremembering? I
We've
feel
been
like we
getting
get
one
a
or
good
two,
one like every
ma-
weekend.
Major, yeah. We've
Maybe
had
I'm
some-
misremembering, but
We've had some. The problem is like
we've got some good ones, man.
we've had some great like high rises and crotches. We had obviously the invasion controls that FaZe and OpTic play for some reason are
And
fucking
it's just all the
bangers
top
every
four.
time
All
we
the top
play
four
it.
teams are good at invasion.
Yeah, but we are tired of watching. You know, Love Miami. They were a good invasion control team at times at the beginning of the year. Every one of their fucking maps and that went to 5 pure defenses. They were just cheesing it out on defense and getting the most ticks.
Yeah.
Same Fortress control problem.
Let's move on.
It's so map and mode dependent. So.
Yep, let's move on
to
here.
Get back to the original idea of Magic, I don't think you're far off. It would
Okay.
be a great solution. We only had 2 modes.
Magic,
Yeah, I mean,
it's an absolute
Oh, no.
pleasure, Matt. No, go ahead, Matt. You want to say something?
oh no, I was just saying like my idea was more so just because every time it was mentioned, like it was always like there was always a problem. So it was just an idea that I thought of. But no, I appreciate you guys letting me on again, Tommy. Like
course,
you're the
Magic.
you're the
Great
reason that I'm in like that I'm still watching COD. So I
I
really
appreciate that,
all
man.
the-
That means a
all the-
lot, bro.
Everything you do.
I see you in the
Yeah,
chat,
100%.
Magic, all the time. I definitely want to get you in here. I know you've been waiting to ask a question, bro. So I really appreciate you
Yeah.
joining up and hopping in, bro. Good question, and thank you for hopping in, brother. I'll see you in the chat.
Appreciate it, go.
Yeah, for sure.
Later, Magic. Get a W, Magic.
Later,
Spam in the
Chris, later.
chat, man. Show him some love.
W sent in the chat. W
Yeah,
sent.
man. It's the guy right there. It's that guy. Let's bring in another one. Let's bring in Master King. Let's see what Master King's got to say. Let's see what's going on here. Master King, what's up, man? What's going on?
What's up, brothers?
What's up, man?
Oh shit.
You got a question for me or for us?
Yeah, for everybody.
Yeah, for everybody, of course.
A question for everyone. Which game would you go pro in besides COD?
CS.
Yeah.
What?
CS for me, X Defiant for Sam.
Counter Strike
Wait, what did
for
you
sure.
What game would you be pro in that isn't, I guess, Halo or Call of Duty for you?
No, just COD.
Uh,
I mean,
what?
Nah,
We
he's
can't
cool.
count Halo for it.
Wait, honestly, I'm gonna change my
Halo.
answer.
My bad.
I'm gonna change my answer. If like the scene was big, fighting games, like fighting games,
Hell no.
A Mortal Kombat or
Fighting
something.
like
games.
like Street
Little
Fighter and
Tekken,
shit,
little
bro.
Tekken.
It's the thing is with fighting
sports are
games,
lit.
it's dope as fuck because it's like 1v1 and you're like sitting right next to the guy. Like it's just like I don't know, it's
Super
cringe,
Smash
Hey,
bro.
these guys ain't fighting games. Are you
Bro,
kidding me?
I went to a
Fighting games
Smash
crazy.
event at
It's
South by
crazy.
Southwest once, and I was blown away. Like, it's very disappointing that some of the fighting games never got real publisher support because I think the fighting game scene could be fucking massive.
The fighting
Publisher
game
would play
community,
right
the FGC is fucking nuts, bro. Like the
Yeah.
people there, they get hype.
Ben, what's
like,
your
all
what's
the
your
players,
answer, Ben?
everything.
What game would you want to be pro in besides COD?
PGA 2K23. baby.
Nah, bro. There's no way.
FIFA, so we can
bro.
finally beat you, Tom.
Never
FIFA
gonna
probably
happen.
would
Never
be
gonna
pretty fun,
happen.
yeah.
Pat, what
I
about
know
you,
a lot of people
Pat?
on that scene.
X Defiant.
I think I actually can't compete next to Defiant.
What?
Dude, I think if I could have been pro in like StarCraft's like OG days,
Ooh.
I think that would have been it.
Or on
That would have been
drugs.
crazy. That would have been crazy. I mean, StarCraft's not my type of game. Scrap, what about you?
CS, 100%.
CS?
CS is like the best answer.
Wait,
Yeah.
Pat, is StarCraft like League of Legends or no?
No, it's 1v1.
Oh, it's 1v1? Oh, shit. I don't even know what the fuck that is.
StarCraft was so fucking. StarCraft's one of the first esports to really make it. StarCraft 2. It was unfortunately just.
That was
a lot
MLG,
of-
right?
Yeah.
This is like pre-MLG though, because it's huge in Korea. MLG started running a lot of events in tandem in the U.S., but that was sort of
Wasn't that like OGN and shit? Was that StarCraft?
yeah, like OGN and
Yeah.
a bunch of others. But unfortunately, the Korean StarCraft scene, due to a number of different factors, kind of
No one can stop my
pushed away.
rush. Just know that.
So, it's tough.
Did everybody
But
answer?
I think
I think
CS
my
for
actual
now.
answer would be League.
Yeah,
It's a
my
good
my
answer,
legit
Sam.
answer would be CS. I just think for me, like, there's nothing right now in esports kind of beats consistent, almost weekend to weekend at big arena shows in CS. That seems like
go.
right now the pinnacle of just like
I love
pure
CS,
quality
bro.
gameplay, excitement, and just
Unbelievable.
like pure audience.
The
adrenaline.
events, the energy, the passion.
CS:GO.
The
go.
case.
I'd say
Cases
Valorant or
phenomenal.
Apex.
What
Okay.
happened?
Valorant.
Apex?
Apex.
Valorant would be good.
Yeah, Valorant, Apex for sure.
Being a Val Pro is probably dope.
I feel like
What-
Valorant would be
is-
sick.
what is a
bro.
pro? What is pro Apex again? They play like 3v3.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just
Like,
better.
yeah.
Royale.
Yeah, Battle
Through
Royale.
3 BRs.
But it gets crazy.
Right, yeah, I feel like
Endgame
Rocket League would
Apex
be
Pat
cool.
is unbelievable. And Endgame Apex is like top tier esports viewing experience.
Yeah, it is.
You know have you guys ever watched Fortnite? That shit was so
The build,
awful.
Endgame
Yeah.
build.
Fortnite's horrible.
It's a
Fortnite's
clusterfuck. I love it.
Fortnite's
Just
so
had a lot
popular
of,
though. It's so popular.
They just had no concept that that's how the esport would evolve, and they.
But again, that comes down to people
Yeah.
just playing a certain way. Like
Fortnite was right place, right time, and on top of that, it's just like it was like kid friendly.
Nah,
and,
they
like,
also
everyone just got into
give
it.
them credit though. They also do a good job just keeping that game fresh.
They're the
bro.
best, well maintained.
Yep, they have
Yeah, they
updates all
keep
the
that
time.
shit maintained, bro.
They-
They're
they just
constantly
rolled the-
evolving,
they just
constantly
rolled
doing
the
keep in
things.
mind how easy it is to do things when you have that much
I
revenue.
mean, they had
coming in.
insane, bro.
Yeah.
I went to the Fortnite World Cup. Like, I used to go to Arthur Ashe and all that to watch like U.S. Open tennis when I lived in New York. But like, seeing the stage that they built for that fucking event at Arthur Ashe was insane. The amount of money that they pumped into the esports scene was probably like 100, 150 million, and they pulled back a good majority of that. Now there's still lands being run. FNCS is still around, but it's not the level it was pre-COVID.
Yeah. Well, let's move on, Master King. I really appreciate you hopping in and asking a question, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Wuma.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate you, Master King. You
Thank
know what I'm
you.
talking about. I like that, Master
Yeah,
King. I
Master
love
King.
that. I love that. Come on, let's get Wuma spam with Are you kidding me?
Let's go.
Master King, I'll catch you later. All right, bro. Yeah, let's go,
Love
Master
you.
King. Master
Yeah,
King,
that
let's
sounds like
fucking
Val's
go.
little brother.
Yo, wait, who does it sound like?
Said Val's little brother.
No, that's I swear.
Hey,
He's more doped up.
take a look. Take it easy, Master King. All right, who should we bring in? You're a special guest, and we'll have Scrap pick. We'll do 2 more questions. And you pick, and then Scrap, you pick.
Let's get fucking fried up. I feel like you'll ask a fucking
Fried
insane
up?
question.
This guy might be fried. Is he fried?
Yeah, he's
He might be
probably
fried.
baked.
Hey, fried up. You
Probably,
did fried up?
probably baked.
He's baked out of his mind right now. He's not even in.
Let's
He
see- let's
fell
see the
asleep.
question.
I think he fell asleep, man.
Yeah, he might have fell. Oh no, I think we're good.
He's gone.
He's gone. Oh,
He's
he
gone.
is.
He
let's
ripped
get
the
guy-
blinker
let's
and
get
he's
the guy-
gone.
Let's get the guy next to him. Specs.
Specs? Let's get
What?
Specs in here. Let's see if he's here. Specs, you there, Specs?
Yeah,
Let's
no, he's
see.
there.
He might have passed out too in the audience. They might have. Is he
Yeah,
there? Is he
I'll
over
send the
there?
audience this time.
There he is,
Yeah,
Specs. What's
yeah.
going on, Specs?
I'm here. My bad. I'm in the middle of a Fortnite match with my girlfriend.
Oh,
Oh shit.
what happened?
Yo, I love
Wait,
you
what?
guys.
What's your
Speaking of
girlfriend
Fortnite, bro.
You're in a match
Oh,
right
my-
now,
Here,
Specs.
final circle. My bad. Yeah, my
Oh,
girlfriend.
lock in, bro.
Yo, lock
Oh
in.
shit, your life is dope as fuck right now.
Yeah,
I
bro.
love you guys.
Here, bro.
Yeah,
Finish the
let's
final
do
circle. We'll
something
get you
because
right
keep
back.
slamming me in the rank, but I love you guys.
Bro, we'll get
Hey,
you
listen,
back in
here's my
5
question,
minutes,
though.
Specs. We'll get you back
No,
in 5 minutes.
we just had to accept this. We died. It's cool. It's cool. My girlfriend also watches the flank. I watch actually all of you guys.
Does she have a question by any chance or not?
Babe, do you have a question for the flank?
Yeah.
You want to say something?
Yeah, tell her to put it on the mic.
She's shy as fuck. Say something. Will
Ask
you
a
watch them
question.
with me every day?
What? Oh, damn, he's airing her shit. That's crazy.
Man, that's crazy.
I mean,
That's
we
crazy.
really watch every major. We actually watch Octane stream. Like, no, like, still,
Hey.
but like,
Let's go.
Octane just
There we go.
Yeah,
That's a
let's
W.
fucking go.
you know.
Let's fucking go.
My question was this: so with like the new structure, you know, I don't know if it takes effect immediately, but do you think teams will actually change more frequently now? Like, respectfully, like I'm fucking sick of watching Carolina fucking play. Like those guys
Jesus
are dog
Christ.
shit.
My bad, Carolina.
I love Clay, sir, love you, Clay, but like they're fucking dog shit. Some other teams are dog shit. Boston. But like it just feels like watching them is just fucking dread. And like, of course, expansion. I want to see
Imagine
guys
watching four
like
more
Ackerman get in. Fuck, aches, man. This shit's rough.
I just think, Specs, to answer your question.
Wait,
you know,
let
we're
him
talking
finish.
about,
He
like-
didn't finish his question. Let him finish his question, bro. You done, Specs, or
you
no?
The question was like, will people actually frequently move around the league, or is it just gonna be the same recycled cheese of like shitters going to another shitter teams? Because I'm fucking sick of it, and I know everybody else is.
Well, I
These
think
Go
guys
that-
ahead, Ben. Go ahead,
Shit.
Ben.
I think so. If we talk about like the Ghost AW era of COD, like contracts didn't really like mean much back then, unless you were one of a select few people in a large org. The contracts were worth real money. So like people changed teams a lot because they had flexibility to do so, and people weren't upholding buyouts contracts. Now it's a lot harder to get that done, and like getting people out of contracts isn't as easy, and then the cost of getting new people into contracts. So I think in an open ecosystem where maybe you have amateur teams feed in, and maybe those teams become competitive and people get poached, you might see more moves, but I don't think we're going to go back to like the level we had in like 2017, 2016, 2015. You feel me?
Yeah, short
Okay.
answer, it'll be the exact same thing, unfortunately,
All right.
Specs.
Well, I guess
Yeah.
that question you guys already went over. Okay, my last question is this then: for the top four, so like Shotzzy and Scrappy, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys even see a reason to even scrim like the bottom teams? 'Cause, like once again, like outside of like maybe Vegas and like LAG if it's on land,
That's
like,
federal.
what the fuck is the point? Like,
That's
they're
federal, bro.
fucking Shit.
Unless Kirk Cousins is playing.
Like from the viewer standpoint, like I don't think you guys really understand. It fucking sucks to watch. Like it's just like being blue balled until we see the top four teams. I'm fucking sick of it, man. Like Ben, respectfully, they fucking suck, Pop. Like God,
Specs,
damn.
Specs, you smoking any papaya today or no, Specs? You
Oh,
smoking
100%.
papaya?
Actually,
100%.
I just had a
100%.
crazy amount of pumps today. Like I just
Wait,
you know, I
what?
was just working
Wait,
a lot.
pumps. I said papaya, not pumps.
No, I was just working out a lot, so I still got a little bit of juice.
Oh,
in
you
me.
fucking got the juice. You pumping that
Yeah,
iron.
off the pre.
You're releasing
He's
your
off the
fucking
pre.
Yeah, you're fucking turned.
shit.
Yo, Specs, you play next Defiant tomorrow?
If you fucking drop it, I'm playing it. This shit is ass.
Bro,
Like,
10
what the
a.m.,
fuck has
brother.
this shit
Hop on.
been, Pop? Like, you had the golden opportunity. This shit is
You
horrible.
all right, Specs?
I'm
All right,
spying into
Specs. You had
invasion
your time.
control. I
Specs,
love you
I
guys.
appreciate it.
Octane,
Love you
unban me
too.
on Twitch. You guys have a great fucking
He's
day.
banned. He's banned in your
I
chat.
tell you, okay, listen, to be fair, we're not going to talk about why I was banned, but it wasn't like anything crazy at all. Like,
Okay.
nothing at all.
What'd you say? Say what you said.
All right, so listen, like I might have been on the Papania, but I was like shake buns for 50 gifted, and he actually did it. Kind of surprised.
Did you not gift the 50?
Well, I'm in college, of course not. I didn't think.
we banned scammers, bro.
Specs, back
We
to
banned
you.
scammers, bro.
Specs, Specs, I
true
appreciate you
comeback.
joining.
We banned
Specs.
scammers, bro.
Appreciate you joining,
guys,
Specs.
love you guys. Ben, you know, it is what it is. But Tommy, I'll fucking slam you in FIFA. Everybody else have a great fucking
Hey, buddy,
day.
go
all right?
fuck yourself,
Jesus
Specs.
Christ.
Appreciate
We'll
it.
put this guy back in the
Holy
audience.
fuck.
That
That might be the
guy.
highlight of the
guy-
episode.
Yeah, you
no
weren't
bullshit.
fucking kidding,
Jeez.
Ant. You weren't fucking
It's
kidding, bro.
absolutely-
I knew you was
my
gonna
guy.
say something. Hey, shit.
Yeah, that guy was fucking
Nah,
nuts.
yo.
Hey, Scrap,
Nah,
pick one,
honestly-
Scrap.
Get Ninja in, bro. Ninja.
Yeah, what you gonna say, Ant? Honestly,
Oh,
what?
yeah.
Yeah, that guy's more than fried. Holy
Yeah, that
fuck.
guy was
that was
fucking off
crazy.
the wazoo.
When
All
you
right.
said mid pump, I was thinking something else. Dude.
That's what
That
I
was
was
Jay
thinking
Stud.
too. He was talking about
was Jay
different
Studdy.
things. Hey, who's in it? Is that the one and only Ninja?
How we doing tonight, fellas?
Ninja, what's going on, Ninja? You got a question for the flank, man?
I do, and it might be a longer question. You don't have to really answer it like
Just say it long
super
story short.
long.
Yeah, long story
All right.
short, can you sum it
TLDR,
up?
bro.
Okay, so if there were to be expansion, right, 16 teams,
Mhm.
okay, who do you think coming up out of the scene would make the best roster? Like, if there were
Mm,
4 teams to develop out of these, 12 to 16,
You're saying challengers?
who do you think? Yeah, like who's
well,
gonna come
Ninja,
up? Who's gonna get a chance?
I would bring in people who are finding success and finding results in challenges. People who are playing COD the right way. So FC Black.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Ninja?
The whole FC
Black.
Black roster.
Well,
Because Brack and Exceed have been playing with a lot of
but
different variations. They've still
let's-
been doing their thing.
let's this is kind of a Parasite angle, kinda, because
Mhm.
he's
What?
more of the challengers guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, of course, Exceed is nasty and Brack is fucking gross, and they've had their time.
Boring answer. You want a different answer. It's a boring answer.
You want a different answer,
Yeah, I don't.
That's
FC Black's gross. I watch all of y'all's shit, bro. I watch
Just
everything.
Tell me the
so.
names that you think, because I feel like you have
bro.
names.
Yeah, you seem like you know no names or something. Or like there's
I do, but
is there a name
I
you want us to
do.
say?
Yeah. Let
Did
me
he
hear it.
see
All
hit
right,
your
let me hear it.
PayPal? Wait a second.
No way.
No.
Wait. Give me your
No,
name. Give me your name.
Exceed's
Exceed angle.
Exceed's nasty. Fucking there's a dude I can't think of. See, you put me on the spot right now. There's a dude that's on damn it, see, you put me on the spot, bro. I'm sorry.
Hey,
No,
hey,
hell
hey,
no.
no,
What
you're
the
good,
fuck?
Is he
What
NA
the
or-
fuck?
Is he on
I
NA
think
or
Jimbo-
I think Jimbo
NA?
would fry, bro.
Are we blacking out?
I might be blacking out, Octane. I'm sorry.
Are we crashing out live on the flank?
So you don't know
He's Starstruck. He's Starstruck.
Parasite, do you got any names?
I
You got any names?
am
No,
starstruck.
let's hear- let's hear
I never
Ant's
thought I
answer.
would be in
I can
here.
tell you're nervous, dude.
Let's hear Ant's answer.
I'd say like bro, I'm not
Oh
gonna
yeah,
lie.
here we go.
One of the under 18 kids, dude. As soon as they turn 18, I promise you.
Yo,
they're
I got
actually-
Ryan
yeah,
first
yeah.
overall. I got
Ryan
Ryan
first
first
Ryan-
overall.
They're
Ryan
better
Cod?
than the fucking.
He dropped 50 on me today. I
a
got
lot of
Ryan
people.
first overall.
So
Dog,
so
Ryan
basically
Cod is gross.
One of those guys. I don't know who because I like. There's too many names.
FC
but I
Black
promise you,
Academy, and you're
one
talking
of
about
them is gonna be
FC
top
Black
4, I
Academy.
promise you.
Yeah, but see, I didn't want it to be FC Black because everybody.
Tell me the name then,
Black-
bro. Tell me the name. Tell me the
Ninja
name.
I don't
FC
know,
Black, FC
and
Black
stop yelling
Academy,
at me. I'm
doesn't
sorry,
matter.
bro.
We got the
You have the
best.
name. I know you
The
do.
whole
Just
flank's
say it.
crashing out. We're all blacking out. The episode. Brant run the outro.
Yeah, this is the last
I'm
question, so
sorry,
it's
bro,
ending
I'm
pretty
sorry.
rowdy right now.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Good question, Ninja. Good question, man. Thank you so much. Who we got next?
Nick,
Damn,
all right,
damn it.
let's
I'm
get the
trolling,
floor
man.
to
So,
Parasite.
Who do you think?
Yeah,
Who do you
Parasite.
think?
You answer, you
Parasite?
close us out. Who are the best players and challengers that should be picked up, bro? Who do you think, Parasite?
Shit. Fuck. I mean, yeah, all the FC Black guys. Like out of the new people that haven't been in the CDL for a while, probably, or in the CDL at all, like Dylan Rex, probably one of them. I think Wee Man. I think he was in the CWL era for a while, but he's really good. Crap. I'm like trying to remember all of the challenger players that haven't been in the CDL at all, but like.
Oh, that haven't been in the
Blaster?
CDL?
Sorry,
Blaster?
fellas. I'm sorry, fellas.
Oh, you're
There's
good,
a lot,
Ninja.
bro.
Dak.
I mean,
What
those are
about
just
Dak?
two
What about
names.
Dak?
Dak had a chance. He just won the challenger event.
Dak is a good shout, bro. Dak is a
Fuck,
good player.
dude, there's
Cobra.
There's a lot. Yeah, Cobra. He was gross on that team. There's a lot of them. I mean, it's just a lot of the like. Obviously, you can name like CDL pros
Jimmy
that
Damage.
were in the league.
Tom
Blow
Graff.
Frosty. He's been out there for a while. Yeah, there's a lot.
I think for me, when we just one thing on my end, like when we talk about like expansion and like adding 4 more teams, just would love to see teams come in that just are better team environments. Because I think, Scrap, you kind of talked about it this year. You feel like part of obviously there's a skill gap between the 4th and the bottom 8, but you also feel like a lot of those bottom 8 teams are not teams, correct?
I mean,
Like, they
yeah,
don't- they
most
don't
of
have their
them.
heads
They
on
don't
their
even live
shoulders at all.
together. Carolina
Yeah.
just moved with each other. I actually tipped that though.
I
Actually,
You
they
agree.
moved
can
in and out.
tell by their play.
Yeah, they
don't
moved into
live
they moved
together.
into
I think
or
as
like
we-
they play in a
we've-
facility or an apartment at least.
They're
We've
all
seen
on
s-
different pings.
As we've seen historically,
How do you
like,
know?
sometimes players.
Huh?
Because I
Oh, no,
watch
no,
the
I do that.
games.
No, see, bro, Ninja, you
How
actually.
do
I
you
fuck
know the
with you.
pings?
Wait, how do you know the pings?
Because
Actually? Are you the? Oh, you're the ref. I fucking knew it.
I'm not a rat,
Over in a
bro.
different part of the country, and he goes, "Yo, they're on different
I'm not
pings."
a-
How the fuck do you know that?
I'm not a rat. I pay attention to what everybody says in the game, and there is
How you see the scoreboard?
Oh.
How you fucking know, Ninja?
because they pull it up, bro. Sometimes.
He knows, bro. Ninja's wise, man. He knows what he's
Ninja
doing.
knows. All right, yeah, all right.
He
That's
knows
fine.
what
Trust
he's
me,
doing.
trust me, trust
Nah,
me.
nah, they
I mean,
just
you
moved.
guys
They
all
just
know there's
moved. They
multiple
just
teams
moved.
that
They
don't
just
live
moved.
together. They're all on different
yeah, yeah.
teams.
This
They're,
guy's
they're
a op.
all on different pings.
Where
bruh.
you from, Ninja? Where you from?
Come on. I'm from Lexington, Kentucky.
Kentucky. I can tell. I knew it was gonna be something
I
over
can tell
there.
too. I'm being dead ass. I'm
Yeah.
not even sure. You didn't have
Yeah.
to say Kentucky. You
Hey,
promise
point
you.
at
I got
Kentucky
a
on the
little-
map right now.
Mhm.
I got a little
Uh,
twang.
You do
Yo,
got
right,
a little
motherfucker.
twang.
I'm like
Community.
4
Community.
years. I'm
Community
like
questions
4
are
years.
faded today, bro.
I'm like 4 hours from you, Octane.
I hear you, brother.
What was it? What was the last time you ripped it, Ninja? Don't lie.
I don't rip Papine. I
What
drink
was the
Ain't
last
called
time you
out
drank?
in-game. He
What
said
was the last
top
time you
mid.
drank? And don't lie.
I'm drinking beer right now.
Honestly, I already knew you
Nice,
were.
Ninja. Nice. I like that. Ninja,
That
I
was a good
appreciate.
question.
I'm-
That was a good question. Honestly, the answer to your question is Doug, dude. Censor. Boom.
Doug says Amar. He's retired, I think. Shotzzy.
But see, the way I look at it is expansion is good, just like everybody else said. But I would be really interested. I don't really know, to be totally honest, who would be the best player to come out of that scene. Really, that was, like I said, it was a Parasite angle. I was wanting Parasite because he's the challengers watcher.
I already gave you a couple names. I mean, there's just a
Yeah, I
lot, bro.
know.
There's no.
But
there's no-
I feel
Possibly
like
know until they get there.
exactly that's really what my whole thing was getting to, Octane.
Mhm.
Is that there's no really way to know until we got that
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
actually had a chance to play.
Yeah, Ninja,
Like,
Ninja, I hear you, Ninja, I hear you. Listen, Ninja, that's gonna do it for your question,
all right,
Ninja.
man. Y'all have a good night. Thank you
Shout
so
out,
much for
Ninja.
having
Hey,
me.
Ninja, I
man.
appreciate you,
Yeah.
Ninja. I
Y'all
appreciate
have
you,
a
my
good
guy.
night,
Thank you
man.
for hopping
Thank
in,
you
Ninja.
so much, bro.
Thank
I
you,
really
brother.
appreciate it.
I appreciate your vibes, Ninja. You have a good night, all right, brother? Take it easy.
You too, brother.
All righty, man. I think we're gonna cut the
Blink is
questions
faded,
there.
bro.
I think
We're
crashing out. Yeah, let's cut the questions there. Hey, shout out to Scrappy. Shout out to Shotzzy for hopping in. I appreciate it. I owe Scrap 5. After that episode, I'll double it, Scrap. I'll give you 10 gifted after that. And then I'll have to double it
there
or
you go.
something.
There you
Because,
go.
I
You're
don't.
never gonna catch me on this shit ever again, bro.
That's so
I
fucking
swear to
bad.
God, you're not catching me. Hell
Scrappy,
no.
you
I
didn't
swear
have
to God.
fun, Scrap.
Absolutely.
Scrap, you didn't
Nah,
have
I'll be
fun.
honest, bro. Ben's
30
the biggest
seconds
bitch I've ever met in my life.
No.
Like, I'm not talking to him. I don't give a fuck.
Wow.
I
Make
don't
sure
give
to
a fuck.
like,
We'll
comment,
fucking
and
sit on our
subscribe
couches,
if you're
I don't
watching
care.
on YouTube. Regen FM, só se for the chegada, acesse o Rago, follow out the flick on Twitter, girls, Twitter, Frado, Job Ready Social, Zooma.gg for the merch. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We got matches, we got watch parties, we got another episode. It's going to be a good weekend, man. I'll see you guys in there, man. Take care, brush your hair, and we'll see you guys next time at another episode of The Flank, man. Take it easy.
Getting the fuck
Forget
off.
that part. Forget that fucking part. I've had enough.